Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Joined as always by... Oh, no, wait. Hang on. That's Adam Pacitti.
Ah, who'd have thunk it?
Yeah.
Ross is off this week. He's feeling under the weather, so I thought, step in.
And the chemistry continues.
And God, I'm
Jesus
glad
Christ,
you're here.
Matthew.
And the more reliable than most, Jack the Jobber.
Thank you very much. How are you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing great. I found this old hoodie in the back of my closet somewhere.
Good.
Probably hiding from me.
Do you want to ask me how I'm doing, and then we'll have a bit of back and forth, and maybe just go from there?
Wait a minute. Talk to Pacitti and have... All right.
It's item one.
How are you doing, Pacitti?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Wait a minute, I've missed a line. That's good.
Sweet.
I'm glad that you are already
learned
red
my
as hell,
lines.
by the way. Cool. How was your week?
It was all right. It's been good. I had yesterday off. Should we
He's like the
start
same-
again? What is this?
It's the same banter you have with someone you haven't seen in 3 years.
Yeah, no, I'm good, Matthew. Did you have a nice Christmas?
Yes.
Good. You told me
Oh.
that last week.
Over Christmas, right? Over Christmas, I saw someone I hadn't seen in 10 years.
No way.
Girl from
How was your
school,
dad?
yeah. No. It was a girl from school, right? And I knew her, and we were like, oh, yeah, you're right. Tubman was there. It was when we were on a night out. And then there was a different girl who I didn't know very well at school. Like, we never talked, really. But she was mates with the one that I knew. So she was the one who first saw me. And she was like, you Jack from school? I was like, yeah. And she went, what are you up to now? And I was like, it was that question. I was like, bit weird, but I'm actually a YouTube presenter, expecting like any question. What about? What's it like? What do you do? She went, oh, mate, even crazier. I'm a dentist.
Mental.
I know.
What did you ask her?
I asked her about it, how the dentistry was going and stuff,
Yeah,
and then
how's the root canal?
she just left. I was like,
Oh, sweet.
ask me about my YouTube career, man.
I had a similar thing with one of my relatives, who I won't name, but Christmas Day, and we're sat at the dinner table, and I haven't seen this woman in a while, a relative of mine, this woman, and she looked at me, so she sat next to me, she went, oh, you learned to drive yet?
Oh,
I just went, no, I haven't learned to drive. Oh, right. I was like, do you want to talk about any of the other things in my life? I've got a cat.
Noel Gallagher never learned to drive ever.
Did he
Still
not?
can't. No.
I'm going to get round to it this year.
Fair.
It's just because I lived on the Isle of Wight. There was never any need to. Then I lived in London. There was never any need to. But now I'd need to pull
Right.
my finger out.
Okay.
You've just learned, right?
I'm
In the process of
learning. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And why is that, Matthew? Because I'm doing automatic.
Oh, I can't
Which is
drive automatic.
which is like playing on easy mode, and I'm
Man.
loving it.
I know, but what if you? I learned.
I'll pay more. I don't care.
I learned manual or stick, as the Americans say, and I don't think I could drive an automatic because you're used to just doing it.
It's all redundant because soon automated cars rather, they're just going to be a thing, aren't they? And nobody's going to need to. There won't even be a steering wheel.
I didn't.
Are you waiting for
They
the
will,
future to kick in? and
I
that's
can't
it?
wait. I was watching a documentary about it the other day called Humans Need Not Apply. It was only like 20 minutes long. It was just talking about all the stuff that's going to be automated. And then at the end it goes, oh, and by the way, you think the creative, the arts, they're safe? No, the backing track to this
I've seen
whole
that
thing
one.
was composed by a robot. We're screwed.
That's
It's going to be the
amazing.
Jackatron 3000 in here because he's cheaper.
Yeah. I had some more.
Notice you were the poster boy for automation.
Yeah. I had some more banter section stuff, but it's fine. I think it's gone on a bit.
Yeah, that's plenty of
Yeah,
banter. Should we
it's
talk
good
about
enough
Wrestle
banter.
Kingdom?
Oh, but the Jackatron's really kicking in. I had banter to say, but banter is over.
Back
Next
to
segment.
the wrestling. That's my attempt at a robot voice, but I can't.
All right. So the news, the wrestling thing that we sometimes talk about on the show. CM Punk's tweet to Miz.
Oh my God.
After Miz tweeted something like, "Oh, I was on the thrilling show, WWE Backstage. Quick questions. Anyone watch that?"
No.
Exactly. Said, "Sorry, I didn't change the culture."
It was just a throwaway comment, wasn't it?
was
Wasn't it while he was
really-
taking his mic off or something? I've
Yeah.
not seen that.
And CM Punk responded with, "Go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, you effing dork." He didn't say effing.
Bit much, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, I don't think he would say that to The Undertaker, would he?
No. It reminds me of you remember when Punk? I don't remember it at the time, but I've since gone back and seen. You remember when Punk used to have a live journal? Yeah.
CMPunk.livejournal.com is still up.
Is it?
Yeah.
And he would just go in on people, and sometimes it was justified, sometimes it was a bit over the top. And this is one of those cases where I think, what's he doing?
Bit of a bellend. I thought they were mates.
I thought they were mates.
And it was a crap line. when Punk did his little debut, his return on backstage, he deserves to have the piss taken out. It wasn't especially impactful.
Oh, it was all right.
Yeah, it was all right. It was all right.
It was for the viewers, but imagine getting gotten to by Miz
I know.
on WWE backstage.
I think
The A show.
I feel like Punk's found Miz annoying for years, and it's just all finally boiled up. Because
Yeah, you know, you've said something to me. I'd be like, it's okay. But someone I didn't really know said something, the exact same thing. Like, no.
Shut up. Yeah.
Earned that right.
He deleted it, right?
Yeah, he did, but
Not before the print screens got to him.
probably because everyone just went, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Bit far.
And Punk tweeted afterwards, sorry, I was drunk. So
I've read an article once, and I think it was on Vice, maybe. It was one of those websites where it wasn't a newspaper article, is what I'm saying, right? And it was describing the two different types of rage. There's dad rage and goth rage. And Punk's was definitely a case of goth. You know, the goth kid at school just loses it and just go, he finally snaps.
Yeah.
That was what Punk did,
Yeah.
no. Miz is like the
reckon?
popular kid, because look at him.
I'd have loved to have seen him at his keyboard.
that's great, actually, that goth rate. Because, I was hanging out with the goth kids at school.
Yeah, we've all been
And
there. None of us were like the quarterback McJohnsons of the world, were
Speak
we?
for yourself.
Quarterback Mook Johnson.
That's right.
My favourite 5-star
Chikara.
wrestling for the PS4 character. But yeah, my mate, one time he was mocking him, saying some stuff, and I watched, and no one else seemed to see it. So I'm like, can anyone else watch this? And he just got up slowly from his chair, looking directly at the guy. I'm like, oh no, like, lads, and he just went up the guy and started hitting him out of nowhere. As time froze, and the teacher like stepped in and broke it up.
Classic goth rage.
And it was goth rage.
What provoked the attack?
His name was...
Don't. Careful now.
Oh yeah, right. We've got to talk about old school friends on the show and ruin their lives. They were saying his nickname. That sounded funny. But a bunch of them doing it was just like
CM Punk.
They call him CM Punk, and he was a Colt Cabana fan, so he took huge offense to it. Now they're going like boogly, noogly, boogly, boogly. But they've been doing this for about a month and a bit, and it's just like, right, that's it. If you do it like 5 more times, noogly, right, got up.
It's so school.
So,
It's,
have you seen any goth rage?
Yeah.
Once a
Banter
boy
is over.
a boy at school. It's not a very pleasant story. It's not really nasty.
Oh,
It is
good.
quite nasty actually.
Tell it.
But during lunchtime, one boy put a goth's boy. He got his pencil case out, unzipped it, poured all the pencils and the ruler and the protractor and whatever out, put a dead pigeon in it. And that was the best thing I got. You could just see its little dead tail feather sticking out.
That's really morbid.
That is pretty
Yeah,
goth.
and he went
Yeah.
absolutely bozo. He chased him round, going, like that, and then pummeled his face.
Goth rage.
Class, state school.
Alex Shelley is Kushida's partner in the Dusty Classic.
Class, that, isn't it?
Didn't you speculate last week that's not what you wanted? And I thought it was ridiculous. That would never happen.
I don't know if you said... No, I don't think you said it was ridiculous.
I probably did. I'm wrong about every prediction on the show by the looks of things.
I'm really pleased with myself. Unashamedly.
I said in the news video, I don't think anyone called that, and then immediately the comments
Really?
were flooding. Yeah, because I hadn't listened to the podcast. It's just
Why
what
would
Jack
you?
did.
Thanks,
actually.
guys. Cheers.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
job.
He did, but he didn't listen
someone
to it.
gave Tom credit for it on Twitter. So he messaged me. So he was like, did you call Kushida and Alex Shelley? I replied, like, yeah.
Message you. You sit there.
I
and
know,
there.
but he messaged me. And as if it was like an embarrassing thing. Did you predict it? I went, yeah, I did. And he went, just making sure. And then I found the tweet, and Tom and this guy had a very thorough conversation about like who actually predicted it and stuff. Yeah.
Well, it was Jack.
It was me.
For the record. It was really exciting. I watched Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me in Celebration. And it was class.
They're
It
so
was really, yeah, they are. They're amazing.
They're one of my favorite times, but they're not together for this. It's the Time
Yeah.
Splitters, yeah. But it's Alex Shelley.
Also, I went to Progress 2 weeks ago for the Progress 100. You
did?
The unboxing.
Cruelly forgot to mention, because I about this last week, Rob and Lauren, who I said I'd mention in your podcast, and then forgot because we're all knackered from the first shift of the new year
Yeah.
last time we were here. So I'm very sorry, Rob and Lauren. You were great. You were very friendly with my mum, and you were very helpful and let her, because she's about that high, so let her stand in front and see the crowd and everything like
That's
that.
nice.
So thank you. Appreciate that. Wrestle Kingdom happened and was good,
Yes.
says here. I didn't watch it, but according
was.
to Twitter, they liked it. NATO won both titles.
Naito.
NATO.
NATO's the organisation.
I've always pronounced it NATO.
No, have you?
Say-
I said Naito.
okay.
He won anyway.
NATO. He hasn't got any feet.
Ne-
Got jumped by Kushida after. Which titles did he win?
Kenda. Sorry, got jumped by Kenda.
It says Kushida here.
I've made a mistake.
You want to go at me for saying NATO incorrectly? You put Kushida instead of Kenda.
I
And
have.
Kushida's in capital letters.
After the biggest win of his career, he's won both belts, and then Kenta runs in and ruins everyone's fun to close the show.
Oh,
and I
no.
thought it was great.
It divided opinion, didn't it? Because it doesn't happen at It's like it happening at the end of WrestleMania.
but it was so impactful.
But it
wasn't
was impactful as well. But they could have done it the next night. They've got a show the next night. I wasn't sure. I still haven't worked out whether I thought it was good or not.
But like the best heels deprive the audience of what they really want to see, right? And he's there, and he's won this thing that he's been trying for many, many years to do. He's finally won the big one and the
6, I think.
6 years, and then he deprives them of the celebration. And I thought it was great. I'm glad people were peed off.
Okay,
It's great to see it in motion. Jericho beat Tanahashi. How was Dad Bod?
he was good, and Jericho was all right as well. No, they did a big pose off, and obviously Tanahashi's in fantastic shape. So, but it was as if Tanahashi didn't, in storyline, I mean, it was as if he didn't take him seriously and got cocky and stuff, and Jericho just beat him. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
I saw Sam call it on Graded New Japan Jericho Bingo because he was doing all of his usual bits.
The
So I
ring
thought it
bell,
was really good.
pretending he's won,
Got the
yeah.
camera off the camera up and all
Did
that
he take
stuff.
the turnbuckle pad off?
I'm not sure.
I like that bit.
Why haven't you watched it yet, Matthew? not got round to
Because
it.
there's just too much wrestling for me to fully engross myself in. And I only like New Japan when my mate who watched New Japan was around. Watching the stuff by myself, I'm just like,
Fair.
But I mean, obviously, I'm
But
like
Ross
you
will
and
be
Sam.
back next week, though, so it's
Yeah,
all right.
there you go. And then Moxley won both his matches. One was is it a Texas Death Match or Street Fight or whatever they
It was a
call
Texas Death
Texas
match,
Death
but it
match.
wasn't the classic pin them and then they've got to stay
Oh,
down for 10. It
so
was
not a Texas
It
Death
was a last man standing match with submissions turned on as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was cool, wasn't it? Because it was like none of the spots there were especially insane. It wasn't proper deathmatchy stuff.
No.
Like, and most of it you could have done like inside a WWE
It was quite
ring.
sports entertaining, yeah.
But the way that the match was laid out, I thought was really clever and really effective.
And the fact that they rarely do them, the fans were like, "Whoa, this is really something different." And former internet champion Gabriel Kidd got used as a weapon.
Got battered
Right,
by
yeah.
That was a bit I was like, yeah.
He got
our
chokeslammed
Gabriel
off the
Kidd,
apron, yeah.
Defiant Wrestling.
Well, WCPW wrestling.
Defiant Wrestling.
WCPW, yeah.
Yeah. Takahashi beat Ospreay.
That was a really good match,
Amazing.
obviously, yeah.
Best of the weekend.
What do you think?
Yeah, even like with the storytelling and
torn.
night 2 main event and everything, I thought as a match it was just so fun.
Yeah, it was great.
So bloody fun.
I'm torn between it and Night 1's main event, I think.
Oh really? Over night 2? Wow. Why?
I can't tell. Just both main events were really good on this one.
Because Kenta ruined everything.
Not because Kenta ruined everything, but this was a really good match. They did a sequence that no one had ever seen before. You might have seen a gift.
Sasuke special.
Sasuke special, but he lands on his feet. German, land on your feet. Wrestle like I'm calling a match. Run.
And I was like,
Belly to belly.
Run!
all right, lads, get in
Yeah,
the
that's what
ring.
they say, don't they?
That
Run.
famous spot. The run.
Belly to belly. Land on your feet. Sasuke special. Double down. Well, whether they say after that, yeah. That's me
That's
calling a
great.
match. Thanks.
See, I like it when you're, and other people are like, yeah, it was great, this wrestling
It was
bit,
great.
rather than, it sucked.
No, it was great.
That's nice. And it's nice to see how popular Ospreay is in Japan.
Yeah, he's big in
because
Japan.
they can't read his tweets. Okada is the coolest. I've said that last year. Okada is the coolest and best wrestler ever. That's all it says.
Oh
here.
my
Why
God.
is that?
Did you
For
see his
people that didn't
entrance
watch
on
it.
night 1?
No.
Oh. He had a white jacket.
Mm-hmm.
That's really doing it a disservice. It was the most amazing ring jacket ever.
I
it
get the
glowed-
Aztec print thing.
And it glowed in the dark. Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
It was really, really dazzling white.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
It was so
Daz.
clean. Yeah, he had used that. And and also both of his matches were just really, really good. I'm going to burp. No, I'm not.
So a quick question, because obviously you're the New Japan expert there, and
Mm.
as you're loading up, do you think it was good being 1 day or 2 days, or what was?
I think it was all right. It meant that both cards were slightly diluted. There were a few multi-man tags at the start that wouldn't normally be on a Wrestle Kingdom show, which is usually more like stacked top to bottom. But it was still worth it, I think. Especially because both shows were on a Saturday and a Sunday. Don't know if they'll do it next year, because it probably won't fall on a weekend, but I thought it was all right. Maybe they'll do it occasionally, every few years.
I think it was really effective because of the Naito storyline.
Yeah.
Had that not been there, it wouldn't have quite worked. But the 2-night story of Naito finally getting there, and I think it did work.
It's a good point.
Bit early, though.
Bloody hell.
So 3 cheers for NATO. And any other news in the world of wrestling that we need to cover, or should we ignore them all?
There's just so much to talk about.
There's loads.
Oh, Jericho teasing AEW or New Japan, or saying they should work
The
together.
Forbidden Gate.
Yeah. The door is
Oh,
creaking
door.
open,
Like
or
Dragon
something you
Gate.
said.
Forbidden Doorway.
What's the thing? The door might open in the future.
It's called the Forbidden Doorway?
He's not put the
Gateway?
lock on. He's not done the chain.
Wow.
So if somebody wants to come and give that little handle a twizzle.
Was this
on.
Jericho's horrible metaphor, or is it ours?
No, that's word for word what Chris Jericho, one of the greatest talkers in the business, said. What
Give
I've
it a
just
little
said there.
twizzle.
Because I can see Jericho doing it.
Yeah. A little bit of the twizzly.
There we go. There's the end bit to the news.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
That's time to... No?
Yeah.
We do the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but I tried to say, that's looking our Hall of Fame bag.
Yeah, let's look in
That's
the let's do
completely
that.
wrong, isn't it?
Let's look in the Hall of
Let's
Fame
have a look
bag.
in the Hall of Fame bag.
Let's do it.
Ooh, rumble, rumble, rumble. And in descending order,
That's
Lion
something.
King level 2, 20%.
That's
That
not
was my
bad, is
pick.
it? For something so niche.
Do you know how young our audience are? A lot of them.
I do now.
Yeah.
Scrabble, 22%.
Ross just went over Christmas and then went, I'll pick that for Hall of Fame, I guess.
Scrabble, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Upwards is better.
Do you think?
Yeah, I
I've never
prefer
really
Upwards.
played Upwards.
You go up as well.
Yeah.
Nice. What's number 1?
I just want to... Anyway. Jack's basketball nemesis, 58%.
I haven't heard this. Can you give me a quick Cliff Notes?
Yeah, I mentioned on my Desert Island Graps episode that I liked basketball and it's the only sport I think I'm any good at. I used to be all right. But
Oh, you told me about this, the comment.
And then a guy replied in the comments saying, Jack, I will destroy you at basketball. And yeah, but you know what? He did like say underneath, like, love it though. Love the podcast, love the interview and that. So.
But I will destroy you.
But he will. Well, he's 6'3", 225.
Was it Sam?
No, he was 6'3", which is closer to you.
Yeah.
Might have been you.
Not quite, though.
Did you ever do
I would
basketball?
batter you at basketball. No, I always got picked for like the tall, lanky kid sports. So like long
Basketball.
jump, triple jump,
Oh.
basketball. But I'm so pathetic at all of them. They soon realise that despite the height, it's just not worth bothering with Pacitti.
Yeah.
I'm in the line, last
Yeah.
picked every
Oh,
time.
really?
Yeah.
Don't believe the height.
Hey!
Oh.
Nice.
Height,
pick?
bros. I'll
Oh,
go
it makes sense now, don't it?
I'll,
Height pros. Anyway.
Should I go first because it's my... Cause
Yes, you should. It's the winner of last week.
I haven't won for so long, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And that was a good pick. It wasn't like you'd strolled in and on camera gone, oh, I've not even bothered with this one. What was your pick for this week?
It's
well prepared, Jack.
Finally time to bust it out. I've been holding this in reserve for years
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Go on.
I'm going to pick Sim's House, which requires a bit of background. Hopefully Adam can help me because he was there. You were witness to it.
I was, yeah.
Back when we worked for What Culture, they were asking us...
Where?
What Culture? Defiant, the website.
Name
I don't know
redacted.
why.
Name redacted.
I don't mind calling it What Culture.
Oh, I thought that we had... Oh, okay.
I'm shooting from the hip, bro. I've changed the culture. What culture? Yes.
Wait.
Go suck...
Back there, they were asking us to come up with pitches for ideas for content for the extra, for the on-demand, for the What Culture Extra. And we were just brainstorming ideas and that, and I was really struggling. Because, like, you know when you try to think of an idea and everything's already been done? Yeah. And in a sort of Alan Partridge monkey tennis kind of moment, I just pitched, and I didn't pitch it directly to the management, I pitched it to Adam, who then took it to management. So he was in charge of getting this idea through.
Right.
Sim's House, which was just going to be the personalities of What Culture in a Sims house, and we just let them record it on a gaming thing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad.
Yes! He's a believer in Sims house.
Well, I pitched it and I gave it my all.
Did you give it
It
your
wasn't
all?
me that
Did you
shot
give
it
it
down,
your
was
all?
it?
Did
Yeah,
you
I
give it
did.
your all?
I read the
I
synopsis.
don't think he did.
No, I did.
The
I
synopsis
really...
was just
Jack
whack
the
us
Sims.
whack us all in a Sims house and see what happens. Yeah.
Everything's better with Sims, it said.
I thought it would be like, Ross is a postman now. Whoa! Jack's burned the breakfast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it didn't get made, unfortunately.
No, it didn't.
They went for
No.
some of the other pitches, which included learning the ropes.
That was a good
Which
series,
was
man.
Jack learning how to do things in wrestling. So at the WCPW shows, he would go and bother someone, essentially. So it was
Yeah.
like, how do I ring the rig bell?
Yeah.
That's Jack's voice for some
That's
reason.
your Jack voice.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. And what else did you do? You did ring bell, you did promos with Jay Lethal.
That was a
you
really
did-
good one. Jay Lethal
You
was
did
great.
commentary,
I
which
did commentary,
enjoyed.
which I thought was good, right? I thought I was good. I thought for someone who'd never done comedy before, I thought I was all right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I felt like...
That was thanks to my production in your ear.
Of course, yeah. He kept being like, Jack, take your top off, mate. Come on. And I was trying to concentrate. All I could hear and talk back is Adam going, can you just go in depth on David Starr's nickname, the Jewish Canon? What does that mean? And I'm like, I don't want to do this, actually. But given the...
I listened to the audio back when we got back in the office, and when you actually answered that question, you just hear a random no.
It was funny, and mercifully, it was just for a dark match, so it was all right. But
That one never saw the light of day because we left before
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before it got released, which is
Life
such a shame
intervened.
because it was really good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And
Sims House would have been class.
Sims House would have been brilliant.
Can we not do Cult House?
Well, yeah,
That sounds really bad.
we could do it as a stream once. The thing you present these ideas on any bit of content, and then like 200 people go, yeah, I'd love to watch that. That sounds brilliant. And then you do it, and about 4 people watch. Is the problem. But no, we should do it. We should have done it at Christmas.
Sims House.
Sims House.
Sims
Yeah, we'll
House.
just do it.
Sims House.
Yeah, we got a Twitch channel.
My pitch is Sims House.
Okay, nice.
But which Sims are you going to play?
I'll just leave them to the... Oh, right, 3, I don't know, 4. What's the
Okay.
newest one? I don't know.
I have no idea.
All right.
That's how I played Sims.
I think there's a
like
4
01.
now. I think there's a
Sweet.
4.
That's 4.
Busting
All right.
out, busting out.
Busted out.
The herbs. Do you remember the herbs?
I do remember the herbs.
Anyway, that's my pitch.
The Herbs. What the? Who was it?
Oh, no,
the
not...
Sky,
I'm a little...
the Sky thing. The Sky channel. The claymation.
No,
thing.
the
What am I thinking?
I'm a
no, the
little...
herbs was
what's
like a
his name?
Sims rip-off game.
Oh,
It was
right.
more
No,
of
I
a
just
little
saw-
dog
street.
named
Ah, okay,
Parsley.
right.
You could roll up
Blah,
on
blah,
your...
blah.
No, you
No,
couldn't.
just me. All right.
Sorry.
No, I was dying.
What's your pitch?
My pitch... I
I
put the herbs in after that, but I'm not.
Pick, sorry, your pick, not your pitch.
Pick, it's all the same to me. I'm pitching and picking. The only thing I paid attention to during New Japan's biggest shows of the year, Wrestle Kingdom, which was, of course, the Shockmaster cosplayer. And I thought, wow, that's really cool because he's a Japanese fella and he's got the Shockmaster helmet, he's got the open top, he's got the big fluffy jacket, half a wall as well.
Yeah,
Very
that's
nice. But not only that, but according to him, I messaged him and his English is pretty good, which is very nice. He's like, yeah, no one in Japan knows this. He's obviously discovered it by YouTube or
What?
whatever, and he's really into it. But no Japanese wrestling fan he meets
Knows what the
the rest of the year
Shockmaster is.
is like
Really?
The most
what do you-
famous
what do you-
botch of all time.
Yeah, here it is, but Japan's like, what? No, I was not watching WCW 93. What are you talking about, you idiot?
What's the biggest botch in Japan? The time the Kabashi didn't quite hit someone as hard as he could.
Oh, they still talk about that.
Yeah.
He only gave him 2 burning hammers that one time. Oh. But yeah, so the fact that he's still sticking in with this, even though it's just him.
He must look like a nutter. If you don't know what it
Yeah.
is, that is an insane costume.
Yeah, and he was showing the other people he was with, and it was like there was a Nakamura cosplayer. There was some other probably New Japan guys that are current in the company, like Okada maybe, I don't know. Then there's just the Shockmaster from '93, America.
That's great.
And he just does it because all the foreigners go over for Wrestle Kingdom. So they're like, oh, we
Yeah.
get it. He's like, yay, clout.
I saw a
So I just want to put him. He was very nice.
I saw a reply he did to someone when they were like, "This guy was awesome," and he was like, "I had diarrhea at this moment," or something like that.
What? That's the exact quote, actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Someone's like, someone asked him a post like, "Oh, the Shockmaster say that's so great," and he replied, "I had diarrhea."
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it sounds good. Good guy.
When
And this
we,
is probably why the Japanese wrestling fans pretend not to know the Shockmaster. You know the shot? No, I don't even watch wrestling. Mate.
when we went over last year, Bushi was the most popular to cosplay. Loads of people dressed
okay.
as Bushi. Often women were dressed as Bushi.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Bit of
Or,
crossplay.
or very small men with long hair, because you can't tell because he's got a mask on. But yeah, he was really popular. That's my
Who would you dress up as? You went back to Wrestle Kingdom.
Naito. I think I could pull it off. Just grow my hair out long at the back.
You was
keep a hat
Naito?
on.
Ah, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, you've got the like.
I could
turned
wing it
up
out.
bits,
Couldn't I? Yeah. If I properly
Sort of scarecrowy.
if I properly left that for months, then yeah, I think it'd be all right.
Well, let's try it.
All right. No.
Go to NXT UK takeover this weekend.
Oh, I've got
Give
so-
me Naito.
I need to grow it longer. It's right down
We
his
haven't
back.
got time. It's this
Yeah, we've got
weekend,
time.
Jack.
All right, let's do it.
Just pretend.
Nice.
Kayfabe, your hair is long.
I've got an LIJ shirt as well.
Have you?
Brilliant, but I don't have the right colour. I'll try.
We'll figure something out. I'm going to. Originally, my pitch, my suggestion. What's the? I was going to pick Instagram as a platform because they randomly verified me this week.
Oh my god!
Wait. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick Matthew Wright. Because he's
Him again?
Yeah, no, right. I know we haven't talked about Matthew Wright in a while, but Matthew Wright popped up on what's Holly and Phil's show
This
called? This morning. Popped up on there, and he was talking about the fact that he wasn't at home for Christmas. He just had a baby with his partner, and he went to Barbados, I think it was, and because he wasn't feeling very well. He'd been suffering like mental health issues for a while. And he said, it's been for like the past year and a half and some things have happened in my life and Channel 5 and then somebody made up a rumour that I've been fired by where I'm working now. And just lots of things have been going on. And I thought, Jesus Christ, what if I'm one of those things? What if I've upset
Yeah.
Matthew Wright to the point that he's fleed for Christmas to Barbados because he can't handle being in, I don't know where he lives, Stoke or something. So I thought, put him in the Hall of Fame and then that sort of makes up for it. Don't get me wrong, he fired the first shot. He ridiculed our profession.
He did.
I don't know if he actually did.
No, he didn't. No, he was just making it.
He was a dick to me on Twitter, so I don't really mind.
You don't mind?
I don't mind that you would fire the first shot.
Oh, okay, right. What did he say to you on Twitter?
He called me like not a scallywag, something like that. He said that I was like thick and rude or something. Because I just took issue with him going, oh, he's wasted in wrestling then. Because he obviously didn't have a clue. That's not a nice impression. He obviously didn't have a clue that you were part of. He didn't know, when I replied to him, he obviously didn't know that I was affiliated with you. And I just went like, what are you talking about? Like, it's a serious thing. He called it a magazine. You know,
it's a magazine website.
You know,
I
old
guess,
people call websites magazines.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, and I was like,
the other guys have a magazine.
And I was like, I just said something not to warrant that sort of response, and then I told my mum, and she was really proud of me.
What, for having a go at Matthew Wright?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, he's a dick. I was like, all right then, mum.
Well, fair. I want to start some beef up with another morning news presenter. I did Piers Morgan last year.
Did you?
Yeah, the whole vegan sausage roll.
Oh yeah,
which he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
even believe, and I was
You've
a fool
drawn
for doing
attention
it.
to him.
Yeah,
haven't
it
you?
was
Yeah.
exactly what, because he doesn't care.
No,
he
he
doesn't
doesn't
care
care.
about vegan sausage rolls. He was never going to get fired from his crappy show. He's just he's a troll essentially. But
Can you
he's
pick
managed to
someone that's
monetize
going to have a job longer than 6 months?
Matthew Wright. They didn't fire him. Matthew Wright's going to be around. And I tell you what, right now, if Matthew Wright gets fired in the next 6 months, he's got a job with Cultaholic.
Whoa! Oh.
He's going to take over the morning news is where him and Tom on the morning news.
Yeah, he's a news show.
Yeah.
Now I know that I do feel bad that he's suffering from these mental health issues and stuff, but I can't sit next to that every day.
Well, you won't be. It'll be Tom.
That's all right then. It's fine.
So yeah, Matthew Wright, because I feel bad and I don't like the idea that maybe I've upset someone to the point that they need to go to the Bahamas or Barbados or wherever it was. And also all the best to you and your wife and your offspring, whether it's a boy or a girl. I don't know.
It should be equal.
Merry Christmas.
Was that the end of the segment?
I don't know.
So-
You normally end it. Oh, you need to say where they can vote.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
I did my proper like, this is the end of the video. Look to the camera. I was like,
Yeah, I wanted to see how long he was going to hold that face before saying anything. So you can pick one of the three fabulous choices this week. Japanese Shockmaster cosplayer. I've already forgotten.
Sims house.
Oh, God,
Sims
Sims
house.
house.
Sims house. Sims house.
That's right.
Little Caribbean Matthew Wright.
Oh my god.
And Matthew Wright, who we felt so bad for, we started to take the piss out of him for 5 extra minutes.
I almost DM'd him today, just saying, I hope you're all right, mate. Because we DM'd back and forth over the past, not few months, but like we've probably exchanged 10 DMs over the past year.
Okay.
And I thought, it'd be a nice thing to do, but then I had a busy morning, so I'm doing it now. Because he's listening. He's got a job here, pal.
I'll make him feel better. And if you want to vote to any of those lovely picks, you can, of course, go to
Patreon.com/
Matthew Wright.
Patreon.com/cultaholic/ Sims house.
/ unemployed by Channel 5.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This week in wrestling. SmackDown, a.k.a. the return of the everyone.
That's what I call it, yeah.
Return of the everyone.
Return of
I
the
like
everyone,
that.
yeah.
Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke beat Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, possibly putting themselves in line for a tag title shot. I literally forgot this happened. Any thoughts?
Well, I'm just echoing the thoughts of my boy Brandon Stroud, who I haven't mentioned for a while, but he made a really good point. They've really contrived over the past year or two. Now Bayley, the lovable, I'm going to hug everyone, she's the heel now, and Lacey Evans, the elitist, she's the babyface because she loves her child, and that makes her like us, whereas Bayley cut her hair short, and that means she's mad. It's a weird, in what world is Lacey Evans the heel, the face, and Bayley's the heel?
Yeah, she's getting some cheers,
Yeah.
I think.
People seem pretty behind her. I like it just because she had a bit of a rough year last year. Because she was pushed really hard, wasn't she? And she was put in, she was in the main event, wasn't she?
She was number 1 in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, and I don't think she was ready to be called up. And so you say she got some cheers. I thought there were quite a few cheers.
Fair enough.
And it's I quite like the fact that she's having a bit of fun now. So
Or maybe they
I
were
think she's
cheering Dana
talented.
Brooke.
Maybe, and they were as well. Dana's class. That scent on.
Look nasty.
Miz is having a crisis of confidence. No, not on Twitter, on SmackDown. New Day offer him some pancakes and he slaps them to the floor before losing a match against Kofi. He attacks Kofi after the match, possibly turning heel, not quite sure, and then Big E chases him off. Later, Johnny SmackDown is seen lurking in Miz's locker room. He opens the door, says Miz can't talk right now, and shuts it, and that is his big return.
That was it.
Well, he's had 3 returns now. He popped up in a graphic on backstage, and then he was on the bump, whatever that is. No offense.
Is that slang for something? Have you called?
He was on the bump.
There's a program called The Bump. I don't know if you've seen it. It's all over social media.
Kind of like this, but more slick and professional.
Yeah, it's a lot like this.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
But,
What's John Morrison came and he said he was asked a load of like, oh, what do you think of this wrestler, and he basically just went, yeah, I think they're really talented. It was fascinating stuff, enthralling. And so then he made his 3rd return on SmackDown in a backstage segment with a door. I popped. It was, you know what, I like the tease of Miz and Morrison together. I like the fact that Miz is probably heel again now because the babyface thing hasn't been working out for him for the past year. And that's booking's fault because Miz is a good babyface as well. But he's been floundering.
Yeah, he's been against people who are way better faces than him. And then Miz has been like, yeah, we like you against, like, I don't know, Baron Corbin. But then he's like, I'm going to attack The Fiend. And people are like, I hope The Fiend kills you, mate. Yeah. So.
And that's another thing that plays into it. I like the fact that The Fiend has changed The Miz, which he's done with everyone else. Like Brian became babyface after being with it. Maybe it's all a coincidence, but everyone who's encountered him has been changed in some way. Lawler is still
on a list.
Yeah, Lawler's.
The top 10 greatest announcers.
Yeah, that's the list I meant. Shorty G, that's what it says here, beat Scott Dawson. No, can't ignore the other bit. Where the backstage and Revival really annoyed the fact that they had that crazy Lego-filled match last week. We're real wrestlers. Why are we doing this hardcore stuff? And then Shorty G shows up to make you feel better because, you know, when you're on the ropes, what you want to see is some advice from Shorty G who said, hey, come on, man.
He did say that.
Hey, you know, don't feel bad about it. I just took all the abuse and named myself after it. All you need to do is rise above size. And they went, we're going to beat the hell out of you. And who can blame Revival?
And they didn't.
And yeah, Scott Dawson was beating the singles match with Shorty G. And then they were like, oh my God, Shorty G. So they ran and hit the shatter machine. Luckily, Sheamus returns to run them off. And then he hit Shorty G with the bro kick to confirm he's face.
I mean, it's good to see him again.
I love Sheamus.
You do love Sheamus,
I just really like him. I find him so entertaining. And he's never had, like, in WWE, an amazing, amazing match or anything. But I just find him consistently good.
Okay.
I'm going to object with that.
I like, you know what? I like his new character. And I don't think he's turned heel or he's turned face. Well, he's definitely not turned face. He's attacking Shorty G. But I don't think he's necessarily turned heel. I think his new thing is, like, the veteran who just wants to beat everyone up and he doesn't care. Maybe that makes him a heel. I don't know, but I'm glad to see him back because I think he's very talented.
Well, I'm going to screen take the Big Show series with Sheamus.
Okay,
the best thing Sheamus ever did. One of the best things Big Show did in the last few years.
Yeah,
I say last few years because like 6 years now. But yeah, love that. Oh, fella, ever seen a ginger snap? Gives him his finisher.
Yeah,
best moment he ever did. And because of this, Shorty G's going to read himself kicked in the face G. Roman and Bryan team up to take on Corbin and Ziggler in the main event. The Fiend interferes and takes out Bryan, so Corbin and Ziggler try to do the dog food spot on Roman again, but the Usos return to save the day. And I didn't even realise this, and I watched SmackDown. Did the Usos really return?
Yeah, the Usos are back.
Oh.
They well,
Uber works in that area, so that's fine.
Yeah, here they are.
Any thoughts?
That's quite all right, actually. I like when Roman's aligned with other people. That's when he's at his best, which sounds harsh, but it's not. He's a really good tag team wrestler in a weird way, and I like the combination. Yeah.
It's because he's got friends on the show again.
Yes.
Right. Monday Night Raw. Heyman and Lesnar open the show. Heyman announces that Lesnar will enter the Rumble at number 1.
So we're going to talk about this a bit more because it's the big question.
Yes, we will.
Should it be?
Yeah, should he be in the Royal Rumble match? Mm-hmm. So we'll talk about that later. But it's nice to see. I will say it's nice to see that Brock isn't booked in a singles match at Royal Rumble that has like 3 weeks build. So I think that's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But we'll discuss it more in a bit.
That Kane Strowman rematch.
Yes, Strowman.
Battering each other.
And Andrade beat Ray in the US title match with a couple of really weird finish.
This was so weird.
Yeah, because they're on the outside, and then Andrade threw Ray in, but clearly Ray was supposed to go outside and check on Zelina Vega, who he knocked out in the process.
So
the referee
Andrade threw Ray into Zelina earlier.
Yeah, and then ref get ready to hit the DDT on Ray, and the referee has to like, no, oh my God, Ray looks really bad. What are you doing? He's like, go outside. You know, like in front of everyone. It was awkward.
It was, and then they did exactly the same thing again into the DDT. It was clearly just a do it again. We'll cut it down later on for YouTube. It was really weird.
Afterwards, he takes Ray's mask, but Ray beats him up backstage and takes it back.
Yeah, nice.
Even with a weird finish, I'll have seen Andrade versus Ray.
Yeah, same. Same.
Lana and Lashley have a quicker, more understated wedding. Understated, you've typed here. Well, in case you missed this, the guy officiating it almost didn't get into the ring because he decided to run in the ring as quickly as possible right after the AJ Styles thing, looking like a fan, even though he didn't mean to be. So security like, whoa, you're Nick, you.
Why did he enter the ring like that?
I read somewhere, and I can't remember where it was, but this was planned.
What?
Genuinely, the plan was for him to pop up there and then get tackled, and that was part of the story. Don't ask me why.
Who was saying that after seeing the footage?
I saw it reported all over the place. I can't remember where it was. Somebody will let us know in the comments.
There's no way.
I don't think so either.
That is the stupidest thing.
It is stupid.
Source, C. Graves. All right. Anyway, Rusev appears on the screen in front of a green screen of a beach, and I genuinely couldn't tell, was this Rusev being stupid, or were we supposed to believe this was an actual effing beach?
I thought you were going to say, I couldn't tell if it was a real beach.
Anyway, he challenges Lashley for next week, and that's it. But yeah, this continues to probably be the highest rated thing on Raw.
Why does Rusev care now?
I
This is the
know.
thing I don't get. Is like he said a few weeks ago, whenever it was, just like, well, you can have her. She's a trollop or whatever. Trollop? Oh, my dad. And now he's back saying like, oh, I'm going to beat you up. Why do you care?
Well,
You're
he
a
lost the
babyface.
match at the pay-per-view against him, I guess.
Right.
Maybe he wants competitive revenge rather than sex revenge.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Sex revenge.
Plus, he knows
sense,
that,
yeah.
judging by these videos, Lashley's been on it like a frog on a bike pump, so he's probably got a good chance of beating him.
What? Are you from like Alabama or Tennessee or something?
No, that one.
No.
Is that a Jerry Lawlerism?
No, it's a Dave Taylorism.
Is it right?
I don't know where he got it from.
Frog on a bike.
He is
pump.
quicker than a frog on a back pump. That reminds me of Bobby Eaton back.
Samoa Joe and KO's mystery partner is The Big Show.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that he was on the first Raw of the 20s, 10s, and 20s.
2000,
Said that very wrong, didn't I?
Wait, it's the second
Noughties,
Raw, wasn't it?
10s, and
I know.
20s.
Noughties, 10s, and 20s, yeah.
Yeah. There we
The
go.
three ones of this century.
Yes, there we go.
If he'd come back the week before, he would have been on. He would have wrestled a match every year for like 20 years or something.
Oh.
He missed a year last year. He didn't wrestle once.
No,
Which
he
is-
did,
no,
didn't
he
he?
didn't.
No, he put it with the bar.
That was
That's
before.
2019?
That
That
was
would
the
have
year
been
before.
2018.
Oh, God.
I know, right?
Oh, yeah, right, because Sheamus has been out for like a year.
I like the Big Show because he's got a massive big smile, and when he smiles, I can't help but smile.
You sound like Tommy the Turtle.
You sound exactly like Tommy the Turtle.
I like Big Show. He's got a great smile.
Do you not see some people in wrestling and you just think,
Oh.
he's all right, isn't he?
Yeah.
I really. And Big Show's one of
Otis.
those. Otis,
Otis,
Otis
yeah.
is up there. And that's it.
Spud. Or is Spud just nice because we met him and he's sound?
Yeah, maybe.
Stokely
Yeah.
Hathaway.
Yeah, he
Makes me
seems
smile.
nice. He seems funny. Yeah.
Cesaro's one for me.
Cesaro. Have you met Cesaro?
Yeah, interviewed
Was he
him.
nice?
Yeah, he was lovely, yeah.
And you know what? He's brave.
Yes, you are brave.
They take on Seth in the AOP, or OAP as I sometimes read it, and it goes to a DQ. No, that's Big Show. When Rollins uses a chair. They all brawl afterwards, and Big Show knocks out Seth, so we get a fist fight for next Raw.
Oh, yeah, the first ever in wrestling. What does that mean?
Well, fists are allowed. You're
But-
allowed a
but they
closed
always-
fist.
You're allowed
they
fists.
I
always
mean,
use-
Big Show's finisher is a fist.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I
They
guess.
always use closed fists in wrestling.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
I guess it's a knockout rule, maybe?
We'll have to watch Raw to find out.
Will do.
Buy the new fist fight playset from.
Oh, that'll be exactly it. Big Show, if you pull his back, it does that.
It's just those two
The
old
fisting
school,
action.
What were they called? The
Knock'em Sock'em.
Yes, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the Hasbros had that.
Oh.
El Matador, I remember having.
Yeah.
And it had a
Nice.
spring-loaded action.
Yeah. Because he hits that, I think he loses. AEW. I haven't seen this because I was late getting in the office today. But let's see. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page beat Private Party despite several miscommunications. Omega rushes backstage to help Michael Nakazawa, who's getting battered by Pac.
Why is Pac being so
Again.
horrible? To
He
him?
wants a rematch with Omega,
Right, okay.
so he's sending a message.
Gotcha. He did it a few weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, and then he's done it again. I don't really understand because it was almost like he was going to kidnap him, but then he didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, and you think Omega would have him under better security or have him at ringside or something, but apparently a match with private party is more important than safety of his best friend.
He wants to improve those rankings.
Exactly. And Hangman Page clearly was not asked about Nakazawa. Had a drink with the fans, had a good
I'm
old time.
enjoying Page's development because he's going to go off the edge at some point.
It's subtle, isn't it? It's really like slow burning.
Yeah, because he went when Omega afterwards was like, he looked really annoyed with the miscommunication at the end, but they still won. And then Omega was like, "Are you all right? Sorry about that." And he was really annoyed a second before, and he was like, "No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine." But it's not fine.
Why does Kenny like Michael Nakazawa?
They're best mates from Japan.
Because he's Japanese.
Omega just loves anyone who's Japanese. Yeah.
Not watch any of his matches. Just like, yay. Next bit. I've seen this. Riho successfully defends her title against Chris Statlander after loads of interference from the Nightmare Collective. Yeah. And there was so many of the ringside, wasn't there, Jack? There was Kong. There was
Melanie Cruz, who's now just Mel. They just call it, there's Mel. Sounds like your mum's friend from Asda.
Melanie C.
Mel C, yeah.
And then, from under the ring, the bald, scary man from those little promos.
I thought it was Dragon Izu for a second.
No, how dare you get him confused. This was clearly, and I quote, Japanese wrestling deathmatch legend Dr. Luther, the bald guy from those videos. Right. Okay, AEW is good, but as someone in the office correctly pointed out, they love doing the, who's it going to be, the mystery guy? And it's like, and the old guy goes, who are you? I had no idea who you are. Dr. Luther was a early
Did you know who he was?
Yeah, but
I haven't heard of him.
He said online, like Wrestling Observer, whatever, said, it's going to be Dr. Luther. And I went, I literally don't believe you.
Right.
This can't be right. Dr. Luther.
No, it was like because his tattoo was in shot like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was just clearly him.
Oh, sorry.
And Chris Jericho's been pictured backstage with him with his tattoo on it. Yeah, he's just his mate.
Because I believe he was front row for an event. Jericho at some WWE one where Jericho was. I can't remember which one it was. They all blend together those one-off things, and they had Cyrus the Virus. I think Dr. Luther and somebody else were like Jericho's mates, basically. I think that was it. But apart from that, he was an FMW, he was a mid-card guy as Dr. Luther, who would act exactly as he did here. Because this was during when Leatherface made his debut. And so he was become a big deal because he was former Corporal Kirshner, he was actually a proper wrestler doing the Halloween gimmick. They're like, okay, let's have a bunch of guys from over there come back, a big horror dude. So you had, Freddy Krueger, Crypt the Keeper, because that name didn't translate in Japan. So the Crypt Keeper was Crypt the Keeper. And then one of them was, like Dr. Luther. So it was supposed to be like Hannibal, I guess, but have Hannibal acted like Nixon's body from Futurama.
It's really weird.
He didn't do anything. Like he came out from under the ring, looked confused. Yeah, stuck his tongue out. But it's just an old man who looks like he's got lost. Somehow he's got under the ring.
He grabbed Chris Statlander, nullifying her and allowing Awesome Kong to come in with the clothesline.
I take it back. It was really good.
He's a team player.
It?
No, it wasn't good.
Yeah, you know what? It's too late to go back and do the Hall of Fame picks. Hang on.
And the match continued as well.
It did.
And then
it was that
he
good.
He did nothing. His big debut.
He sucked. Riho jumped on him as well. She did a big crossbody and he caught her. Yeah.
I'm there like, I know who this is, and I don't care. And those poor commentators, even Jim Ross, go, wow, that looks like Dr. Luther. As if Jim Ross was watching FMW Hardcore Wrestling in 93.
I hope they just, the whole stable turns out to be people.
A dream.
Just like older guys who nobody knows. Like James Mason pops in there for a bit or something.
I thought you were going to say, I hope it all turns out to be like Omega just wakes up backstage. And it was it was literally a nightmare.
Literally a nightmare. They all woke up and gone, never mentioned again. No, it's going to be jobs for the boys. We're here because my mate is high up on the card and Tony Khan says yes to everything. Dr. Luther will be here.
I feel like Tony Khan does say yes to everything because he loves hanging out with the wrestlers.
Who else would there be? Nakazawa,
is he
the
just
sex
Jericho's
doll from
mates?
DDT, Landstorm's dog.
Little Benoit's kid might finally get to pop
Mini
up somewhere.
Benoit.
No.
Wait,
Well, he's mates with Jericho, isn't he?
but
Maybe.
they can't.
Was that Jamie
Finally
Noble's
the way to
nickname?
get him in.
Yeah, should all just be people that you haven't heard of that they have, so piss off. So, Dr. Luther, everybody. I still can't believe it. Of all the friggin' people. Chris Daniels loses to Sammy Guevara after Guevara?
I say Guevara, but yeah.
I mean, I'd hate to get a name wrong on the show. After distraction from Pentagon, lots of talk on commentary about Daniel's abilities fading, so I'm glad they're turning that one botch into a storyline.
Yeah, feel bad
people-
because he's like one of the best of the modern era. They're like, oh, he's losing it, he's rubbish.
Yeah, he's 50.
He's insane. He's insane for his age.
Absolutely. The Dark Order try to recruit him, but he rejects it and gets beaten down because he's not that bad. SCU and the Bucks make the save, and then Moxley accepts Jericho's offer and joins the Inner Circle.
Wait,
wow.
This isn't all one segment,
Yeah, I was
by the
going to
way.
say.
Oh, sorry, I thought fun. Yeah, while this is happening, if you're getting beaten up, there's to the left.
Split screen thing.
They all celebrate with what?
Blah, 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 blah.
That's right. Moxley says he was just kidding and shatters a bottle over Jericho's
Which
head.
was brilliant.
Yeah, it was
I love a bit of sugar glass in wrestling. I think it was really, really good. But then he picked up the next bottle and it crumbled in his hand. And it just fell apart and then he just pegged it out. Nobody noticed.
He goes for
I haven't seen that.
nails Jericho. And it's a really good line as well when he says, like, you offer me all this money, you offer me all this stuff, but I was just kidding. I don't really want to join you. They've spent like 3 minutes celebrating and spraying champagne, and then the other two get out of the ring, and he goes, by the way, Chris, I was just kidding. It's so like good. And then he goes, you've offered me all this stuff, but you don't have anything that I want except for that. That's a good line, the bell, and then he smashes him with the thing. Guevara comes in, he gets DDT'd. 5-star wrestling legend Jake Hager comes in. Moxley in his panic grabs the next bottle, and it does just, as Adam said, it just breaks, and he just goes, bye.
So Hager looks spectacular because Moxley pegged it out because Hager came in the ring. Really, it was because the prop fell apart in his hand. But Hager stood there just screaming, Moxley!
Oh yeah, he's cradling Jericho going, Moxley! It's so good.
So that's nice. And yeah, if you put 5-star wrestling legend here on the thing, in case we forgot because Ross isn't here. So that's nice. That's going to lead to what? Chris Jericho and Dr. Luther versus Moxley and Super Delphin. Anyway, then NXT, which I also haven't seen, so hopefully you guys have. Rhea Ripley, Candice LeRae, Toni Storm beat Io Shirai, Bianca Belair, and Kaylee Ray. Toni Storm wants Rhea at Worlds Collide. Oh, that poor person. But has to win at TakeOver UK this Sunday first. Yes, that's right, this Sunday.
Yes.
Candice
Me and Tom
seems-
will be doing a live stream. Don't you worry. You'll catch up on all your NXT UK.
Which match are you most excited for?
Oh, genuinely Tyler Bate versus Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, it'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
Joseph Connor's not getting a spot.
You'll do
Sad.
a run in.
Do you reckon? Well, he's been battering
Maybe.
people, hasn't he? All
Maybe.
like Jack Stars and that. So, and he is takeover worthy. So
He is takeover worthy.
Because he has a
But
t-shirt
he
saying
is,
that.
yeah.
Yes.
I like Connors a lot.
Should we do and Joseph Corners on 3? 1, 2, 3.
And Joseph Connors. There you go.
That's going to haunt him forever. I feel sorry for Connors.
Got him over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he also got that massive pop when he was a surprise return.
That's true. Yeah, that was class. Yeah.
In the Dusty Classic, Imperium beats the Forgotten Sons.
Good.
And the Undisputed Era beats Gallus.
Better.
Balor challenges Gargano for the next takeover.
Oh, by the way, sorry. There's also a really funny clip of Matt Riddle explaining why him and Pete Dunne teamed up. He gets asked in just a backstage interview, and he's like, well, you know, I've never seen him this happy before on TV. All the comments in the Reddit bit are like, yeah, what is going on? He says, what is he? He goes like, so I asked Pete Dunne, I was like, oh...
It was
me,
just that.
Me, you, Dusty Cup, dude. It's like, and he hit me with the classic Pete. And I hit him with the... And it's just, that's it. That's basically it.
There was a great, I think it was the top comment that said the tag team name should be Joint Manipulation, which is very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah, that's
good.
cool.
Write that down. And Balor challenges Gargano for the next takeover. And Keith
Good.
Lee wins a fatal 4-way to become #1 contender for the North American title. Switch those round, and I'm very happy.
I like the fact that Keith's going for the mid-card NXT title first. I think that's good. And I think he's going to win as well.
I think
Yeah.
he'll win.
You want to see him propelled to main event straight away?
Well, when you've put it like that, yes.
Yeah, fair.
And also, that's all the wrestling we have on there, but also they've announced Nick Gage versus Low Key
Oh my God.
for ICW in...
For
ICW?
Not that one, sorry, the New York one.
Oh, right.
For WrestleMania weekend, which I might be at. So. I might be there. Will Low Key be there? Maybe not, but just saying.
Will he upload a video explaining why? Hello. I can't even do his voice.
That one bad.
Was it?
That was-
He's much lower.
You got the
than that,
enunciation right, but you have to read it like you say it like
though.
you're
I was
reading off
provided
the
slight
script.
details too. Yeah, it's hard, man. He's a strange, scary man.
Yeah, I'm glad I've taken the piss out of him. Any other wrestling that we've perhaps forgotten?
No, it's been
I
lots
think
of
that's
plenty.
enough,
That'll
yeah.
do. That'll do.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
Now it's time to have a rummage in our mailbag.
Mailbags.
Number 1, right. So I had enough of you 3 slagging off my lovely hometown Blythe last week.
Spelt wrong.
3.
Spelt wrong.
3. Wait, hang on. I defended Blythe because my nana's from there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Me and
I'd
Ross
like to
took-
point out, lovely hometown Blythe, and you are right, it is
Spelt wrong. So I'm doubting.
so you know he's from there.
We were slagging off Blythe. I don't know if you know Blythe.
No, I've never been.
It's a.
I know where it is.
It's a coastal town further north of Newcastle, and it's all right.
What is it like a seaside town they forgot to close down thing? Like
That's more like
Whitley Bay
that's
or
more
something,
Whitley Bay, yeah.
or anywhere on the Isle of Wight. They're building a Premier Inn in Sandown, which is very
that
exciting.
in Isle of
I
Wight?
assume they're paying them millions to put it there because nobody wants to go to Sandown.
Is that on the Isle of Wight?
Yeah.
Oh, great. I can come
Shout out
see
to
you.
my
now.
Sandown boys.
And Pachi got paid £20 for that. Anyway, you 2, correct that, slagging off my lovely hometown Blythe last week, and my question consists of a place you would have preferred to live in other than Newcastle or Sunderland, in brackets, scum, growing up. All the best, Phil Collins, in brackets, not that one. God, you know what? If I had that name, I'll probably be mad at people online too, so fair play to you, Phil. So, that's a good question, actually. If you could pick to be born anywhere else.
I don't know, really, because...
Trinidad.
Okay, there you go.
Then me and Derek Sandy could have risen up the ranks. We'd have still ended up on the Isle of Wight, but we'd be like a double
Together.
team.
Yeah.
A duet. Sort of
Double
thing.
team.
I don't know. I quite like being from the northeast. If I had to choose anywhere else, I wouldn't want to be from anywhere else in England. Why would you want to be from anywhere else apart from the northeast? It's bloody northeast.
I agree.
It'd be nice to grow up somewhere where you have to learn a second language. I always feel a bit inferior because I can't speak a second language, and I didn't pay attention in school in GCSE French. So that would be nice.
Oh, someone was telling me about this because I know sold their joke name last week. I forgot what it was, but I read it wrong. And so did everyone else, and everyone got it. She's like, no, it was a joke, you idiot. But he was just like, why is your French so bad? I'm like, look, I learned it at GCSE, and then I've done nothing with it. There's never been any
We're
reason
rubbish,
to.
the English. Like, we're really bad.
Selfish.
Every other country learns English, and we are rubbish at learning other
And we
languages.
expect you to learn English.
Yeah,
no
it's
English
so
when we
bad.
go over. Apart from you, your German's pretty impressive. It's got good reviews on the show.
Thank you, cheers. Got a bit of Spanish as well. Oof. Anyway, so I'd probably want to grow up in Spain. I like it, like the weather, like the people. There's no messing about unless you want them to turn up. The culture there is just very much like, when do you want me to turn up? 6. Give it like 2-hour window.
Oh,
'Cause,
okay.
Yeah, so it's called quite slow paced and chilled though, which I think's nice. Yeah, I'd go for Spain. Why not? Or a sunny bit of America.
Like Tampa Bay or
No,
Orlando?
West Coast,
Oh, okay.
West.
Because of the rap.
No, I'm more of a New York boy for
Oh,
rap.
fair
Yeah, I know.
Cool. Well,
I was happy growing up on the Isle of Wight, and I think obviously it made me who I am today. And it's a funny place to be from. When I went home
is
for
a funny
Christmas,
place to be from,
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's silly, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
a silly place. I went home for Christmas, and I find it more and more depressing every time that I go back. I think I've said before, the only time that I get a chance to go back to the Isle of Wight is for Christmas and for funerals. And every single time I go back, it's just... And I think this is a problem across the whole of the UK, but especially the Isle of Wight. There are just more and more people. There's more poverty on the Isle of Wight. There are more people just like wandering around with clear mental health issues, just talking to themselves, and there's more homelessness and all this stuff. And so I wouldn't want to live on the Isle of Wight now at all. I love Newcastle so much. I feel very much at home here. But I do like coming from the crappy seaside town sort of thing. So maybe Bognor Regis or something like that. I'd like near a Butlins.
I
love a
really
Butlins, mate.
rated Milton Keynes when we went there.
Awful place.
No, I liked it. You know,
Really? What did you like about Milton
We were only
Keynes?
there for a weekend, and I just got a bit drunk. And then the next day, we walked into a full English sort of like a Cafe Rouge or whatever. Doug Williams was sat there, full English on the go. We were there for the wrestling. It wasn't just like Doug Williams was there.
You haven't explained why you liked it. You've just said Cafe Rouge and Doug Williams here.
Full English breakfast.
Yeah, okay, you can get a breakfast.
okay, you can only get that Milton Keynes, that's right.
It was in the middle of a really funny. They call it a double shot in the business, Matthew. Really funny 2-show thing, basically. And
I remember those, yeah.
yeah, it was really really funny weekend because.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, it was for me,
because
'cause
the
the
rental
ring-ups.
van got crashed and it was hilarious. It was so funny. No, like not with anyone in it. Well, one person.
Well,
But he was
that's
fine, he
probably
was
why I
fine.
crashed, Jack.
Right, scraped is more the random van
nobody
got
was
scraped. We also were trying to get back in the car park when we arrived, and the password had changed, and just screaming Belfast at the man in the box. It was such a funny weekend, and I associate Milton Keynes with that in my mind.
Oh.
When he just went, "Can you just let me in, please?" It was really fun.
Shouting Belfast.
really
It's
fun.
like,
It was
that's not
great.
the password. I know, I just like shouting it. So I'm going to answer this question. Prefer to live in other than Newcastle. Or to live in, not grow up with. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I assumed it was that as well.
Okay,
Prefer
well-
To live in
in.
now.
My question consists of a place you would have preferred to live in other than Newcastle or Sunderland
Would
growing up.
Oh, but growing up.
Growing
Yeah,
up.
okay, we got
Beg
it
your
right.
pardon. I've been able to not read or talk. Given that I didn't grow up in Newcastle, I'm from the lovely town of Bishop Auckland.
That's Newcastle, though, isn't it?
no, it's not.
Yeah,
Bishop
basically.
Auckland's
Pachidi.
Durham. Bishop Auckland's County Durham. Very different.
They're very,
Still the
very-
northeast, right? The northeast to me
Well,
is just
yeah.
Newcastle.
You're
No,
talking
that's so
like
wrong.
everybody else.
Yeah.
We have to go down to Milton Keynes or even effing Leeds. We have to hear this from
Yeah.
people. Oh, so Bishop, yeah, read man, hinny pet. No,
Yeah, it's not that.
that's not it.
No, show them
Well,
down
you
your
two
dog.
sound the same to
No, we don't though.
Pachidi, I know you're saying this with jest. And I know you're grinning like a Cheshire
I'm
cat.
not. No, I mean this. Sometimes, like, if I were to close my eyes, I wouldn't be able to tell.
Close your eyes. Aye, all right.
So I don't know what that was.
Yeah,
We need
okay.
to do a map and put our
That's
faces
right, Matthew.
on the, we need to put our faces on the map.
You're very funny and lovely.
Thanks, Jack. Oh, sorry.
So I'm going to say Darlington and moving on quite quickly.
You'll never be from the north.
That's right.
We've had hard winters and long summers.
Exactly. This is why everyone thinks you're a Tory.
Am I an honorary Geordie?
No!
Absolutely. You
sort
were
of.
until
Mate,
2 seconds
I'm not,
ago.
I'm not even a Geordie, and I'm from very near Newcastle, but I'm a sand dancer.
If I ever talk to
I'm
people
not.
about like what I do for a living, I'd say, "Oh, there's an office in Newcastle," and they're like, "Oh, so you work with Geordies?" And I just went, "Yeah, they're all Geordies." So maybe I need to switch.
Oh, and
that.
from Liverpool. He's from Liverpool.
Yeah, that's
Liverpool
true.
and Owen, Tom Campbell from the Midlands, Ross is
Morpeth. But he sounds the most Geordie out of everyone.
Where's Sam from?
Sam's from West. He's from near Prudder.
Okay, but northeast. So.
Yes, northeast.
Yes, no.
And Andrew's from York, isn't he?
Yeah,
Oh, love a duck.
I love Andrew.
He's got a lovely voice.
Yeah,
And James is from Lincolnshire. Everyone's from all over the place.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
real melting pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like New York City.
Good day, you delicious diddlers.
Oh.
First of all, I want to give a big thank you to all you guys. I'm from Australia, and the current bushfires around me have made my hometown one giant smoke vacuum. We currently have the worst ranked air in the world, wow, because of the bushfire smoke coming into our city, and it's very hard to go outside without a mask. But you're also lucky as the fire itself hasn't come here yet. Your channel has kept me sane and laughing while I've been stuck indoors. Thank you very much for what you do, especially the tier lists, which I think are fantastic. My question is, what's it like working for Adam Pacitti? Is he one of the boys as much as he seems on screen? Please give me all the backstage goss. Thanks again, dudes. Jesse from Canberra, Australia. And I'm glad you've asked this question, Jesse, after we've just heard the horrible opinions of Adam Pacitti about everywhere in the northeast is Newcastle.
Also, great sympathies to everyone. in
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
sorry about
yeah,
the fires.
truly.
Yes.
We're both shareholders, so it doesn't work for me. It
It's
doesn't
not
work
technically.
like that.
It's not technically correct, but
What isn't? Working for him, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a chef.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I get to answer this question.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
yeah.
want, yeah.
is he as
Cool.
much of one of the?
One of the boys.
Yeah.
No, you can be one of the boys when we go out and have a social event, but
Nice.
they're twice
Rare
a
though,
year, so
yeah.
I don't know if you just get yourself ready for that. Like, you know how like people sometimes get themselves prepared to say thank you driver after they get off the bus because of that. I think sometimes you have to like practice in front of the mirror, like, haha, good joke, Matthew. That's right, Jack. I have been following that particular football team. I agree the referee's decision was horrible.
I don't really. I find it hard to put myself in the shoes of, because I think it's maybe easy for people to forget that I've known you a couple of years, but me and Adam and Ross and Sam have known each other for getting on to like towards 4 years now.
Cool.
It's quite a long time, so there's not really any sort of dynamic like that.
Yeah, right. We didn't have any dynamic when we first started.
That's right. Yeah.
But as working for Pacitti, God, I've worked for a lot worse bosses.
Yeah.
It's I just don't like the fact when I say let's hang out and you're like, no, sorry, I've got to work another 20-hour day today.
You do
And I'm
work very
like,
hard, Adam.
Good God,
Thank you.
Pacitti, that is
That's
not
really
healthy.
It's a good thing, but come on, be
Yeah,
one
man.
of the lads again.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we're in the
Used to be
first
cool.
few years of the company. I feel like if we work really hard now,
Yeah.
then maybe we won't have to work so hard down the line. And I'm willing to sort of sacrifice having a social life for a few years
I don't
to
know,
make
man.
sure that, because I'm really proud that we're able to offer employment to all the people in there.
Yeah,
and it's really
course.
cool, and that happens with lots of hard work. So that's like try and be available all the time. And I've never done this before either. Like, I've never managed anyone. Even at Woolworths, I was never managing people. So I'm having to learn very quickly. And you never realise that like everyone's got their own going on. Everyone's got their own problems.
Yeah.
And everyone's so different and sort of need to be managed really differently. So it's been like a learning experience there.
I think you're very good at it.
Thank you.
That's
That's really
right.
kind. I do wish I would go out more to the pub. I'm always knackered, and I just. But I'm definitely one of the boys. I've been to Rise for a year.
It's one of the lads, man.
Yeah, don't worry, the music set's exactly the same.
Yeah, you've not missed any. They've moved the DJ booth outside.
I hear second bar, right?
Bloody hell, yeah. There's a second bar as well, yeah. Yeah, but the music's the same.
Yeah.
You didn't give an answer there, Matthew. Am I right?
You should do.
Yeah, I mean, it is sometimes funny where, like, to begin with, doing stuff with you, and it was like you said, it was new for you to be managing, and a lot of this was new to me as well. I'm like, hey, so I thought a lot of it was like, no, we're going to have to genuinely like each other and get proper banter going, rather than, the fake banter that we're doing now. No, there was a difference. So I was really put off the first time. You were like, that was great. Cut camera.
No, it's not.
That was like,
it's not.
oh, it's all fake.
No, it's not fake. It's not.
What a belly.
He's
Okay,
joking.
He is joking.
Like that. Like that. Like,
Bloody
nothing.
hell.
That's very funny, though.
I was going to say, you should do a Desert Island Graps with Tom.
Yeah, I'm going to do one in the
3
next
hours
few.
long.
He's just recorded loads this week, so he's like, I think it's the idea is when we're struggling to get a guest, I'm going to pop in and do one at some point.
I'd listen to it.
Oh, thanks.
I've listened to everyone's that I know, just not some of the wrestler ones.
The best thing I've ever done was that thing with Tom. So.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have done that without you. So thank you very much. There we go. Round that up. Hi all to the diddlos and diddlettes.
Whoop whoop.
I once had a dream that me and ex-Newcastle manager Kevin Keegan opened a pub in my hometown of Cork City, Ireland. It was called Keep the Change. And we recorded and released... charity single of Kev singing the Cheers theme tune to promote our opening night. Sadly, all did not go as planned, as it turned out our new pub was haunted by the ghost of Paul Bearer, which visibly upset our guest of honour, Jordan Henderson.
Jordan Henderson, Liverpool captain from Sunderland.
This dream left me understandably confused, but it did also provide me with a question for you.
It's a good question, man.
If you can open a pub/club with a wrestler, who would it be and why?
Genius.
Austin is the easy answer, but he'd probably put a dent in the profits. Thanks for all the great content. You guys got me back into wrestling through both Botchamania and the Name Redacted days. See, you remember that to say Name Redacted. So much so that I became an announcer for my local promotion. Oh, that's nice.
Hey.
Thanks to you guys, I've got to meet a lot of childhood heroes and do things I would never have thought possible growing up. Hugs and kisses. That's from Brian O.
What a lovely message.
Yeah,
that's
thanks.
really nice.
His surname being horribly offensive, so I do
I
apologise.
think it's just O'Moynihan,
Wait.
but it's just got all the Irish spelling in it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing it.
That's all right, mate.
P.S. As an Irishman living in Australia, I'm hoping Ross has provided yet another spot-on accent for this.
Sorry. Yeah.
I can't do accents, I'm not going to try.
I've got an answer.
Go on.
Gallows and Anderson. I think they'd be a good laugh to run a pub with.
Uh-huh.
And if anyone kicks off, Gallows is massive. Anderson's probably hard as well.
They look like bouncers, don't they?
Yeah. Well, Gallows certainly. And Anderson's probably quite tall,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because he's standing next to Gallows all the time.
You're right, though, but isn't there a danger of if the pub becomes successful, they just rip off that pub and do it for a week and then give up on it?
Call it
No salt here whatsoever.
the UB. And it's just...
Yeah, but they realise they don't know what they're doing, and it's actually a lot of effort to do with a team of editors.
And
So,
when you run a pub with Gallows and Anderson, right, and they say, like, oh, you bring your mum in and that. And you're like, oh, mum, this is the lads who I run the pub with. And she's like, oh, can I just have a small glass of wine? They give it to her. Like, how is it, mum? She's like, oh, it's a bit too sweet.
Jesus Christ.
I just wanted to let that settle for a bit. So, running a pub/club with a wrestler. I can't think of a worse thing to do with my money, so we'll pretend this is all fantasy. Who's good crack?
Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, they are good.
Who's
crack.
good crack?
Sheamus and Cesaro.
EC3?
The bar.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. It's better than what
All right.
I was going to say.
EC3's a good one. And Spud.
Yeah.
Mo-
Spud, they've gone into administration.
Spud,
Spud, you like. Or
They've gone into
Spud, you
administration?
love. Yeah, the one in Newcastle.
I'm not
anymore.
surprised.
No,
Who the hell
I
goes
never
to
went there,
Spud
no, I
United?
never
I went and I liked it.
Of
but
course you went. Of course, I can't think of a more typical spud you like customer than Matthew Gregg.
What?
I can't really defend myself yet. I want to, but nothing's happening.
What
Well,
makes
yeah,
him
just-
particularly spud you like?
Just plain butter, right? Nothing on there.
Oh no, big beans.
Big beans.
Big beans.
I think they're big beans.
Big beans.
One big beans,
Big
please.
Bob's bastard beans.
So I went in administration. That's like, he's eating all the beans.
The thing, like, when you go to a restaurant, like, even if you go to a fast food restaurant, like you go to McDonald's or something, it's something a bit, you couldn't make a Big Mac very well at home. It's a pissing jacket potato. There's nothing special about them. It's a potato with some butter and some coleslaw or something.
What's the way of doing a jacket potato? Oven first, then microwave, or is it microwave then
You
oven?
can just do them in the oven. I just do them in the
Yeah,
oven.
I think
don't
if you
put
do
it in the
half and
microwave.
half, then it does something to
Oh,
it.
right, okay.
I've never tried it myself. I've just heard that you can do.
Matthew, what's the spud you like method for cooking the spuds? God rest
Well,
their
I mean,
soul.
Colonel Sanders keeps his secret as chasey chicken. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how Spud you like made the potatoes so all right. I think the idea isn't, you know what, I'm going to purposely go out, and you know what I fancy that I can only get at one place, a jacket tatey.
Yeah.
It's because I'm out and about and I'm hungry,
You
and I
walk
go,
through
oh,
Alton
there you
Square
go.
and you're like,
yeah.
there's spud you like, yeah.
It's good, it's hearty. I love a
It
jacket
was.
potato as well. Go to Wetherspoons, you can get a jacket potato there, can't you?
I want to go Wetherspoons.
Yeah, but my thing is,
Did I see that they've got a build your own breakfast thing now?
What?
Yeah, right. Go there in the morning and make sure you've got your app updated. And instead of the typical breakfast, you get 7 items. And you go boom, boom, boom. So you could have like 4 sausages and 3 bacon if you're.
That's pretty good.
If you're mental.
but look, I'm not understanding the joys and benefits of Wetherspoons, but there's so many other places, especially a place like Newcastle, we can go eat that isn't that place.
Says the man who goes to Spud You Like. Give me a.
Not anymore. Press F. So, Spud You Love, the knockoff, starring Spud.
It's meant to be a pub. What are you on about?
Dre Maverick looks like
Oh, is it?
It could be a pub or club. It's a pub or
All right,
club.
then we'll...
It's not a club either.
No, but
the
no,
Matthew
because
Jacket
well,
Potato
I'm just saying that Dre Maverick does look like a nightclub owner, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
In
does.
his
Yeah,
little
yeah,
suit.
CD.
Yeah, he does.
But everyone-
Oh, CD.
You can go get your shots of probably Fireball whiskey, because only
Mashed
thing you
po-
say.
I thought you were gonna say
And
mashed
then, like,
potato.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
straight-
Would you want a potato with your Fireball whiskey? And then you could like, all right, everyone on 3. Beans, 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 beans.
When I was at university, I went to visit my mate who went to York
Right.
Uni, right? No, I liked it.
God.
I went to visit my mate who went to York Uni, right? And he took me on a night out to a nightclub called Willow, which was like the post nightclub that everyone went to after the main nightclub. It was rank.
Oh, one of them.
Willow, it was called, and it was above, or in the daytime, it was a Chinese restaurant. Just bowls of prawn crackers about on like tables. I didn't touch a single one of those prawn crackers because you think people go in the toilet, pissing on their hands, touching the prawn crackers.
Bad aim, though.
Well, yeah,
But yeah, no, I get your point.
Pissing on their hands.
you know, pissing in their hands,
whatever.
dropping it in the prawn crackers.
Oh, the other day when I was on the Isle of Wight, I saw a bloke. Have you seen South Park when Butters goes to the toilet and he pulls his trousers down? I
real life.
stood up like that. I saw a bloke doing that. It was so good.
Oh,
Yeah. The pub. Mojo would be too much, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
That would be exhausting.
Too much
and
hype.
too much party. When I go out, I just like a pint.
yeah.
Like
Mojo would be like getting on the
light
tables
music.
and that.
Yeah. So I don't want to sort of steal yours with the bar, but like Cesaro, I like a nice coffee as well. He likes his coffee. I imagine he's a man who likes his whiskey. I like my
Cocktails.
whiskey. Yeah.
Maybe with yeah.
No,
Yeah,
he didn't
so
drink.
Cesaro.
Doesn't Cesaro not
I bet he
drink?
knows- I bet he-
Because
yeah,
there was
but-
that skit they did where they beat up everyone
Oh,
in the
yeah,
Irish
he
pub.
went-
And they're like, great. And they all have the drinks like that. And he just stares at them for ages. And it's like, I think Sheamus drinks his. And Cesaro's like,
I
fade to black.
I bet he can. I bet he knows how to make cocktails. I bet he's a man of like. I bet he knows everyone.
Well, he does all the hard work and doesn't
Yeah.
mind, losing everybody. So, yeah, he'd be a good guy. So,
Yeah, Sheamus there just for
the crack.
Yeah, he's
just
good
for,
fun,
just for
isn't
the
he?
crack. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody had to do the accent. So, thank you very
So,
much.
check the
See, he's
Cultaholic
hearing-
podcast bingo.
Ross here in spirit, like Return of the Jedi.
Can somebody tweet us it a Cultaholic podcast bingo card?
All right.
I
So,
think
what would
we
there
should
be?
do.
Diddler, an accent that annoys people.
Bit that I have to cut out because one of you have sworn or said something that
Yeah.
you shouldn't have said.
Yeah, but they
That's
don't
right.
know
Any
about
jump
that.
cut in the
They don't-
middle.
Oh yeah, right.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Tangent. Any sort of like EastEnders or Coronation Street. British TV tangent.
British TV tangent. That's a good one.
No soul joke, because one of us will always say something and the other two will be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bombing.
Bregs.
Yeah.
Northern niche TV reference, UK
Yeah.
90s UK
Yeah.
TV
Also,
references.
something northeast.
Yeah, northeast, and There'll be a few.
Matthew talking about some local promotion that nobody cares about.
Me going, you guys should come to Germany for the rest of it. It's really good. Yeah, okay, great.
Oh, I was chatting to David Vancy Wanson the other day. I panicked.
Oh.
I really panicked.
Fancy once.
If you'd like to send any letters or questions or weird dreams about
panicked.
Paul Bearer, please send them to...
Mailbag at cultaholic.com. I'm so sorry. I made it up. I didn't.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's not a real bloke.
If we check
All right.
cagematch.net and there's David Vanson. So my best friend David Vanson has come
I was
here.
thinking of Hayde Vanson, I think, in my head.
Oh.
Which is why, but Vancy Vanson. He sounds Dutch.
Yeah, he does. Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
Yeah, go away. Now it's time for Reese's Pieces. Segment so good they need the chocolate after it.
It's just who sent it in, man. It's one of our regulars.
I've just looked. You're right. So, it's your first time watching this. We're going to say a bunch of people. You have to answer without thinking. No dilly-dally and making other people look bad when you say yours straight away. So, how beyond? Thank you.
It's them again.
Here's some quick-fire Reese's Pieces. Hall or Oates? What?
Hall.
Oates? Whatever. Gavin or Stacey?
Stacey.
Gavin.
I've not watched it. I'll pick the O in the middle. Ali McCoist or Alistair McGowan?
Alistair McGowan.
Ali McCoist used to play for Sunderland, so Ali McCoist.
Alistair McGowan. Shortbread or short people?
Randy Newman, short people.
Do you mean the song? Do you think?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of shortbread.
Yeah, it's really delicious, isn't it?
I like
it's so
millionaire
bad
shortbread,
for you.
chocolate
Buttery.
and caramel. Shortbread.
Short
Fancy
people.
Wanson.
Peter Dinklage. Goldberg or Gold Dust?
Gold dust.
Gold dust.
Goldberg. Oh, okay. Glastonbury or Redden/Leeds?
Wait, sorry, what?
I thought I was gonna whatever.
Wait, no,
ooh,
what-
You
what-
think it's
can't believe you
controversial?
No.
Yeah, but no one cared, so it wasn't.
No,
really-
it's a fair. What was the next one? Sorry, I couldn't hear.
Glastonbury or Reading/Leeds?
Not been to any of them. Festival.
Yeah, your kind would be happy there.
I think I'd enjoy Glastonbury.
I've been to Leeds, which I enjoyed more when I was like 17, but I think these days I'd enjoy Glastonbury more. It's full of kids now, isn't it? Full of kids.
I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't go somewhere
Go
and
mental.
not have like a phone charger and a shower. That's why when I grew up on the Isle of Wight, I had the Isle of Wight Festival and had Festival just down the road, walking distance from my house, both of them. It's admittedly an hour each way or whatever. But I could go home and I'd be hungover
Yeah.
and Mum would cook me a Sunday lunch and I'd have a bath and then I'd go back at about 5 p.m.
That
watch the
sounds
super
brilliant.
furry animals, in bed by 9.
That sounds great.
I'm kidding. I'd take a load of MD. It was great.
Oh no.
Phil Mitchell or Grant Mitchell?
Phil.
Grant.
Oh, both good. Phil. McDonald's or Burger King or KFC?
KFC, Big Daddy meal.
Burger King.
Burger King for that big dirty Angus burger they do.
I
If I have to pick.
You know remember when KFC ran out of chicken and there was that woman on the news going,
Jesus.
I had to go to Burger King. What's wrong with that? I prefer Burger King.
You'd think it was like 28 days later in
Yeah.
Newcastle. It was unbelievable.
they've run out of chicken?
I had the vegan burger this week, the KFC vegan burger.
Oh, how was it?
Well, it's still got the 11 herbs and spices. It was good. I mean, it doesn't taste like chicken, but it's a very tasty meal.
What is it instead?
I think it was a type of corn. I did look it up, and it was a type of corn. I think. Yeah,
That's what the McCartney would have wanted.
but you don't get chips with it.
Oh.
I guess because they're fried in the.
In the blood of pigs.
Yeah.
Jim Ross or Ross Geller?
Oh, Jim Ross.
Jim Ross. Ross is my least favourite friend.
Oh, Phoebe's way worse.
Actually, no,
was
yeah, it
scary.
might be Phoebe.
Random. Oh, shut up. So annoying.
Who's your favourite friend?
I don't have one. It's just a horribly average show. Joey's annoying as hell. Chandler's the
best one.
Oh, he does my
He's the
head
best
in.
one.
And I remember people when I was growing up, it's oh, you're sarcastic. You're just like Chandler. Shut up, idiots. Who's yours?
Again, never really got into it.
Yeah, fair.
I've genuinely never seen you get that.
Oh, it's just so.
When you just said shut up and look me dead in the eye, I've never experienced that.
Really?
Before. I was quite taken aback actually.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm
I
going
used to live with Sam. It's fine.
I'm gonna say Jim Ross.
isn't he? So dry.
Yeah, Jim Ross because he keep my videos afloat. Oh God! All right, this might get a bit angry. Smart or art attack?
Art attack.
Smart.
I'm going to say smart because I sent off for the little, the book you get. The book you got where you're like, how to make some of these at home when you're not watching the TV show.
Right.
Yeah.
Was it good?
It was good. Either me or my brother or my mum, I forget, put it in the bin accidentally, and I had to fish it out and like wash it because it smelled of bin.
Wash the book?
Yeah.
How did you wash it carefully? Put it on the radiator
Wiped
after
it.
it? Oh.
Yeah, just.
What are you on about?
Still smell.
The bin.
Well, do you know what smart was?
The book. I meant the book.
No Mercy or SmackDown.
No, wait, no.
Wait. Why was a book in a bin? I
don't
zoned
know.
out a bit there.
We like sent off for it and we were really hyped for it, and it somehow got put in the bin.
This is
and I don't know how it
smart
ended
book
up.
or the art attack one.
Smart book. I don't know if
Okay.
Art Attack did a book or not.
I don't know. I imagine he did, Neil. But I found Smart better because they were a bit more hip, weren't they? And I mean, it was hard not to be more hip than Neil Buchanan. Yeah. And
You take that back.
no.
Okay.
And did Neil do a big one at the end? They always did a big one at the end.
No, Neil did the big
Neil-
one. The
yeah, Neil did the
aerial
big
shot.
one.
Well, Smart also did a big one at the end.
Well, they've nicked that. You can't say, oh, did
Yeah,
Art Attack
yeah.
do that too? It came first.
Did
They've
it?
stolen that
Oh,
off
right.
of Art Attack.
They did a really
Smart
big
with the punk rock version of Art Attack. They were more street and down with the kids.
The head.
And I
Good laugh.
saw that the girl from Art Attack, is it Kristen or Kirsten?
Kirsten, yeah.
I saw her play Peter Pan once at the Sunderland at the.
I've never been to a panto. I'd
Have you
really
never?
like to go
You
to a
would
panto.
love a
Yeah,
panto,
I think
you.
I like crowd participation.
Yeah.
and all that.
Okay, you know that you're not an honourable Geordie at any point. No, near
need to go to a
Panto,
panto.
near Die Hard.
Yeah, I'll get
Oh no,
along
wait,
next year. I
MD.
keep telling
Sorry,
myself
yeah, you
that.
can be one. Sorry, beg your pardon. No Mercy.
But they're
or-
called cowies up here, like.
Oh, good. No Mercy or SmackDown. Here comes the pain.
SmackDown.
Yeah, I've never. This is my equivalent of not having seen Rocky. I've never played No Mercy, so I'm going for SmackDown. Here comes the pain. Maffew, I'm not as old.
SmackDown's better. We did a video game list, best wrestling games, and we voted in the office, and No Mercy won, and I resented every line
What
about
year
voiceover.
what year was No Mercy?
2001.
Was it?
Was it?
Oh,
Oh,
2000.
wow.
No, Christmas
2000.
2000. Beg your
Oh,
pardon.
I was definitely young enough. I was definitely old enough to play it then. I don't know then. I just
Oh, it's a
never had
clunky mess of a game.
it. All right, fair enough.
I'm doing it a while. It's a good game. It's a good game. But it's
Is
no
it better than
SmackDown.
Attitude? I had Attitude on the N64.
Oh, way
so yeah,
better.
10
Way
Because
better.
Attitude was difficult. I couldn't
A
play
lot of
it.
people like Attitude because of WF, and then WrestleMania 2000 came along, and no one I knew played Attitude after. that.
Austin's taunts at the start of Attitude were, "Oh, you pissed me off," and
That's right.
something with the word ass in it. And I was so mortified that I'd heard a swear word that I ran and hid from my mum.
Oh,
I was too young. I was just like, "No," he said, "I shouldn't be playing this game," and then she let me keep on playing the game. So that's when I learned that swearing wasn't important.
Did like run behind her.
No, I think I ran into the garden.
Wow.
She wasn't in the room. I just was so mortified that they'd given me this game, and it was like
when you were in the
great.
garden, what were you doing? Just
I
cowering.
think I just waited a bit and then went back in.
Okay.
Can't sleep. Austin will kill me.
Did you ever run away from home to the
No,
garden?
I never went that far.
I ran away from home to the garden when I was, I don't know,
for?
Does that still
12 or
count?
13. I was getting told off or whatever because I'd probably just been a horrible little toe rag.
You just hid.
And I just went and hid in the shed for hours at a time. And they knew I was down there, so they weren't worried at all. And I'd just come back in because it was getting cold and I'm bored as hell. I'm sorry, Mum. Just in the shed, don't worry about it.
That's great.
Still Rick Mail.
I'm going into the shed.
One time the shed was locked. We had two sheds for some reason at the bottom of our garden. I hid between them. I couldn't get in there.
Oh, have you seen our Pacitti? Ah, he's in the shed. All right. He'll be back for tea. International Super Hits or Blink 182 Greatest Hits?
Blink.
International Super Hits all day.
Blink. Brewdog or Big Dog? Wait, what's Big Dog?
Roman
I
Reigns.
guess.
Oh, that. Okay.
Dead Pony Club's a great beer, and I like punk as well. I'm going to go Brewdog, although they fairly recently, I believe, tried to trademark the name punk. The word
They did
punk,
something like that, I remember.
which isn't very.
That's not very punk at all, no.
Sex Pistols punk, but not proper punk.
I'll go for Roman. I'm not a big fan of like ales and that. Yeah.
I used to like Brewdog, and then everyone online hates it, so I'm like, I don't know what's right. So I like Big Dog, because everyone likes him and no one dislikes him. Howe or oh Christ. Howe with an O or Howe with an A?
A.
Oh, with an A. He's done it.
Well, that's just how I've seen it spelled. So if
Howe.
I was.
Oh no,
to
the
say-
Geordies say Howe. Markham
Howe.
say Howe.
Oh,
And on the seats
Howe.
of Sunderland's, I think it's the North Stand, it says Howe the lads.
What does that? That just means hello, the lads.
No, Howe means come on, and it can be used in any way that come on is used in English. So,
So
it
like,
can
hurry
mean,
up.
It can mean
Howie.
come on, or it can mean Howie, come on.
Let's
go. Or it can
Howie.
mean Howie, man.
Oh.
Like in a whining way.
How my face. Next.
That was really quick. That was really good. I'm nominating that joke for Hall of Fame next.
Thank you very much.
week.
I was going to say Howie or Hadaway.
Hadaway and yeah.
Can I say Hadaway? So I'm going to say that one. Charles or Eddie? What?
Charles or Eddie?
Charles or Eddie? Are they the Royals kids?
No, wait. Charles. Who is there? I'm thinking of someone with the same surname. So like Eddie Kingston. Is there a Charles
Eddie.
Kingston?
Charles Guerrero?
So
Has he misspelled Chavo?
Ah.
Oh, I think it's autocorrected to. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Maybe.
Eddie.
Charles Guerrero Jr.
No, we're missing something here. We're going to be really embarrassed when.
Are they the
Well,
Royals
no.
kids?
One
of them's called Eddie, isn't it?
George is one of them.
Oh.
What name do you like, Charles or Eddie?
Eddie. Eddie's that's a lovely
Oh,
name.
we're just doing our
isn't
names alone.
Yeah.
I know that my mate Sparky's baby's not called Charles, but he's called Charlie. That's close enough. So I'll go for Charlie.
it? No.
Eddie, because Eddie Kingston has been announced for Dub X Dub.
Yes, he has.
And he's probably going to kill me.
He's
again.
wrestling David. Oh, I forgot what I said. The name of the wrestler was.
Tick that one off on your bingo sheet. There.
Hey. Wrestle Kingdom or WrestleMania?
Mania.
Mania.
Mania. Live and Kicking or SMTV Live?
SMTV.
SMTV. 9:25 on a Saturday. Don't be a Jigglypuff.
Yeah. Live and Kicking I liked until, like you were saying before about Smart being the punk, cooler version.
Oh, SMTV was the punk. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Live and Kicking looked like decades
I
old.
never
back when
watched
they were
it,
around.
yeah.
One of you will remember the phone number. How did it go? Do you remember the jingle?
Oh, wait. Save Lobby's baggage on 0891 33
For what,
9960. Something like that. Nearly.
The phone number.
God,
the phone number jingle.
terrifying that.
For SMTV.
Yeah.
I remember Wonky Donkey.
Wonky donkey.
Wonky Donkey.
Wonky
Deck would just get
Away.
really annoyed at people for not being able.
Yes.
It's like it's blatantly a Croatian Alsatian. It's a dog with a Croatian flag on it, and they're going like, "Proud dog, proud," and he's just there going, "It's gonna rain, man." It's so good. It was, as a kid, you didn't get half the. It was really good.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, I just did the Live and Kicking, the thing you'd ring up to play Mr. Blobby's little mini game. That probably
Thing you'd ring
15
up?
quid a minute or whatever.
Oh, I never did that.
I mean, I never did, but I mean, that, oh, God.
SMT.
I'd forgotten about that, and that's really freaked me out. I remember a jingle from 20 years ago.
Can't find it.
No, 25. Anyway, while you're looking at
Carry on,
that.
sorry.
Steve Bruce or Bruce Hart?
Who's Steve Bruce?
Newcastle manager
Oh, Steve Bruce.
Bruce Hart.
Bruce Hart, because, God, he's funny.
He always
Not
tries
intentionally,
To
but-
get, tries to get himself over so much.
Yeah.
He's like. I was gonna say it's such an obvious thing. He's like Brett. He's as much of a mark for himself as Brett,
Yeah.
but without any of the actual.
Right,
talent,
Brett, Brett has reason to have that
Yeah, yeah.
attitude. Bruce doesn't.
No.
And Bruce is like, yeah, I should come in and beat Roman Reigns. If you asked him today, he'd still be like, yeah,
Ross
I'll do
did
it.
it straight to hell with was it Chris Ridgway?
No, I don't think we've had it.
Not Chris Ridgway. Chris Renfrew.
Yes,
sorry.
yeah.
And I've mixed those two. Okay.
Chris Ridgway just retired after hearing that.
And Renfrew's first straight away. He's like, "What's your first straight to hell?" He's just Bruce Hart straight away. He sends Bruce Hart to hell. Yeah.
When did he have an interaction with him?
No, he didn't. He just hates the way that he goes on.
Oh, he just hates him in general.
Yeah,
All right. Bourbon or custard cream?
Custard cream.
Custard cream because you can. It's nicer when you dip it than a bourbon is.
Exactly what Jack said, yeah. Michael Owen or Michael Cole?
Ooh, I don't know anything about Michael Owen, so I guess Michael Cole.
Michael Owen gave me one of the most exciting moments of my childhood when he scored against Brazil before we lost to Brazil. So we briefly were beating Brazil. Michael Owen.
Michael Cole, because he's a better commentator. Earth, wind, or fire?
Jesus, Earth. Well, the other can be quite dangerous, can't they? Wind can be dangerous. Fire can be dangerous. Earth is
You're
just there.
really
It's a
taking
big
this
rock,
seriously.
isn't it?
Yeah.
That you live on.
Have you ever done one of those like elemental quizzes? Like, which element are you, and what did you get if so?
No, I'm not you. I know you do. I know you love those BuzzFeed quizzes.
Do you love a BuzzFeed
What
quiz?
smell are you? Oh, I'm petrol. Great. Fascinating.
I do love a BuzzFeed quiz.
You do.
And a Sporkle one. Sporkle's brilliant.
Yeah, Sporkle's great because it's some general knowledge there, isn't
Yeah.
it? But just filling in some stuff and it's saying,
I love a personality test.
"Oh, you're grapes." Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You are
Which
great.
which element were you? Sorry.
Fire.
Why?
Don't know. Can't remember because I picked ham sandwich instead of cheese probably or something. Yeah.
Wind, because there's plenty of it in the northeast at the minute.
Yeah, there is.
Well,
isn't
it's
there?
pure windy.
Ooh, windy. SNES or Mega Drive? For Pacitti, these were two video games consoles in
I had a
the early
SNES.
90s.
I had a SNES.
Okay.
I had about 60 games for the SNES.
but
SimCity on the SNES was my bread and butter.
Sims House. Sims House.
And Royal Rumble on the SNES, another fantastic. Super Probotector Alien Rebels, aka
Nice.
Contra 3.
Oh, okay.
I know my SNES, Matthew,
right,
and I
yeah,
still
yeah,
play a
yeah.
lot of SNES.
Fantastic. Cool.
SNES, I had a SNES. Yep, loved it.
Thank you. And Mega Drive for me.
Oh, it was
Just
bad.
because of Disney's Aladdin.
The controller couldn't get on with on the Mega Drive. Not for me.
Okay, that was funny. Cock
That
or
wasn't a joke.
bull? Because you're doing that.
Cock or ball?
I thought that was you
Cock or
joking. This
bull?
is
No,
your
I wasn't doing
controller.
cock or
All
bull.
right.
Cock or bull,
It just
yeah.
says cock or bull
Or
in
bull.
brackets, chicken or beef.
Oh, right.
Chicken.
Chicken's a versatile meat.
Chicken. Protein. Tea
They're
or...
both protein.
What? Protein and chicken.
Okay,
sure.
fair enough. Yeah, fair.
I'm not discounting the beef
No,
protein.
no, sorry.
just saying.
I was, yeah, sorry.
All right, stop slagging off beef.
You obviously know more about it than I do. You go to the gym, though.
Yes. Once a week is still count, I guess.
Still counts.
T or A? Test or Albert?
Test.
Test was better, but Matt Bloom seems like a lovely man.
Yeah. Test because, God, he was funny to make fun of.
Oh, poor
Because
Test.
that one Twitter account.
I know.
Is Test still
No, you
dead?
can't.
Oh.
And every
Tasteless,
day
man.
he tweets the word yes, apart from on April Fool's Day
Yes.
where he tweets no.
Jesus.
How did Test's death become okay to joke about? And not
I
anyone
didn't know
else?
that was a thing.
Yeah, do you not know about that?
No.
Yeah.
Look,
What did
sometimes
Test
death is
do
funny.
wrong?
Nothing.
Right, okay.
Nothing. He
sure.
was really underrated.
Yeah.
He did.
Is that the last one? Is this the
No,
is that
no,
the
no.
full stop on this
No,
segment?
and it's taking about 20 minutes to get through these all. MMA or boxing?
Oh, I can care less. But MMA.
MMA.
I'm going to say boxing right now, the heavyweight division
Okay.
being as exciting as it is. But here's the final one. Sean Connery, Roger Moore, or Pierce Brosnan as James Bond, in brackets, the others are wank.
Daniel Craig's a good James Bond.
Yeah, he is,
Let's
yeah.
clear that
No,
up right now.
it says here, the others are wank. We
Wait,
have to
what
go
were the
by
three? Sean, Pierce,
And
Roger.
Moore. Roger. I'm taking.
also, Dalton's really underrated, and I feel he's the test of the James Bonds. Is Dalton? He was all right. Him. Timothy. Timbo.
He was all right.
Timbo.
Canterbury Tales. Bishop Mozzarella. He was good. Him. Tim.
He was good in Tim.
he was
Thank
good-
you. Can you answer all the ones that's
He
on the
was
list?
good in Hot Fuzz as well.
autobiography. That.
Yeah, it's great.
Good him, Tim.
Sean Connery, Roger Moore, or Pierce Brosnan.
Go on. You're not a James Bond.
No, I'm not really. No, Roger.
Well, you've chosen the most Pacitti answer of all.
Because
Why?
that's the most.
Because he's the silliest
Tory.
one.
Oh, is
no, he's the silliest one.
Fair.
Yeah, he talks about like, oh, I've got an erection. Right. Well, but he does it in an innuendo way. Not
Okay.
yeah.
I'm on a bus. I'm going to say
Oh
Pierce
my
Brosnan
God.
just to end this.
I'll
he's very good.
say Piers as well because he was my childhood.
Yeah,
Bond.
there we go, exactly. And Goldeneye. And that was from Chutney Ferret. Again, a regular. He should be on the bingo card. He says, proper job, and he's from Glastonbury. Thank you very much, Chutney Ferret. He's always a
Proper
blast.
job.
I'm worried that Chutney Ferret means something
Yeah,
really
you.
offensive.
Chutney
It sounds
Ferret.
like it does, doesn't
It does. It sounds like a slur of some sort, possibly sexist, possibly homophobic. I'm worried.
Homophobic thing is a chutney farmer. That I heard one of my dad's friends say down the pub once when I was young. What, Dad? What's a chutney farmer? What's a horrible word? It's nasty.
Yeah, but this is the Chutney Farmer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting.
My dad didn't like him, by the way.
That's all right.
He was
Then.
a homophobe. My dad's not.
Fair play.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Mailbag at
Bloody great guy.
cultaholic.com.
I love getting caught in the Pacitti zone. Try and get out.
It's Cultaholics.
It's been a nice podcast so far, hasn't it? Bastards. Anyway, the
dance?
big question is, should Brock Lesnar be in the WWE Royal Rumble match?
I don't know and I haven't decided yet. And normally I come up with like a conclusive answer to these, but I can't think because it could either make the Rumble really interesting and good or one of the worst Rumbles ever. And I'm excited to find out which it's going to be. Maffew.
I like the idea of, okay, Brock's going to start first, and it's going to be who's going to throw him out. And then a bit tense if an hour in he's still there.
He's not working an hour.
Oh, yeah.
He's not working an hour.
So
That's
you
not
don't
happening,
think
is
you definitely don't think he's going to win?
No.
Unless there's some sort of Vince 99 way where like he gets taken backstage,
He hides under the ring.
hides between the two sheds, and then comes back. Do you think Do you think?
That was
Do you
good.
think number 2 will be a proper jobber or a like a Matt Riddle, like someone who's like, ooh,
I think it'd be a Matt Riddle. Yeah.
Keith Lee?
that'll be good as well.
Yeah, I like the idea of them just throwing people at him, like he's the guy from the raid. God, send more men. Like,
Yeah.
But no, I think it'd be very interesting, and I'm really hyped for it because whoever's going to throw him out is going to be like, well, that's going to be the thing then, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think whoever throws him out will win?
So we'll have 2 things there from the Rumble. They'll have whoever throws out Lesnar,
Yeah.
and then whoever wins the Rumble.
Is the belt on the line? We don't know yet.
We don't know. It might get added in the next couple of weeks, I guess. I think it's a bit more interesting if the belt is on the line, but I don't really know how you get there because, first of all, I don't think it works for Brock's character to
No,
be
he wouldn't put the belt on the line.
No. Even being in there, he doesn't need to prove his dominance. His
No,
dominance.
But I like the idea of him and Paul just becoming so arrogant because they've already destroyed everyone that suddenly I don't know.
Yeah, sure. But he's lazy, isn't it? That's sort of part of his character. He turns up to
Yeah,
get
that's
paid.
true.
I don't think it's that I don't know. I think it's a lot more interesting if the belt is on the line, but you sort of maybe need like a heel authority figure to do that, and that's something that I don't want to see as well. Like it worked with Roman.
No, get a babyface authority figure to put it on the line, to make him put it on the line.
Oh, sorry, yeah, no, that makes way
Yeah.
more sense. What am I talking
That'll
about?
be good.
Yeah,
I don't know who. Who are the...
it's the McMahons still, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think they need the GM people. It's set up.
Yeah.
Heyman
No,
I
said we're
agree.
doing this, and no one's going, all right, fine.
Yeah, but
That's
why?
it.
Why is he in there?
Because he said he wanted to. Well, Heyman
Okay.
said that he wanted to show he's big bad Brock
No
Lesnar.
one's worthy of facing him at the Royal Rumble in a singles match.
Yeah, so he takes on 29 men
Yeah.
instead. Yeah, I get
That's
I
nice.
get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
so
just-
whoever throws him over the top rope gets like, oh, well done. He's like, but you haven't. But it has to be 1-on-1.
I get
there
that-
was 5 of them. It took 5 of them.
I get that something... It would probably be better if something bad had happened to Lesnar first to provoke him into doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more excited about the result of it than worried about the...
Yeah, sure. I
Minutia.
agree. I think this is just a simple way of getting to Kane versus Brock 2, Velasquez.
Oh, I thought you
not
meant-
Big Red Machine.
Oh, wait,
Simple way,
Velasquez in the
'cause-
Rumble?
Yeah, no, he's just going to come in and
Oh,
manage to get
is
him over
he?
the top, isn't he?
Oh, balls.
No.
Surely that makes sense.
No.
That
No.
sets
I didn't
up
think
match.
you
And then
could
the
ruin
winner,
it, but
the
you've
winner goes,
ruined it.
The winner goes on to face the Fiend,
Rather than
who's
Lesnar, yeah.
beaten Daniel Bryan earlier in the night. I think that's the most likely thing. It's surely.
Flip balls. You're right.
Yeah, but I like to watch the Rumble and pretend that it's great.
But it's my-
and there's
anyone
no
can win.
drama.
Well,
It's
forget.
all-
Yeah, anyone can win.
Carl Anderson, he's number 30 or whatever. He can. Well, he wouldn't be number 30, but you know what I mean. Like the random. I wish once they just make some mid carder win.
They did.
A shoot Royal
Del
Rumble would be
Rio
great.
did, and we all hated it.
Del Rio wasn't meant to be a mid carder. He was the next.
Could
in
have fooled
line.
me.
That's a really good show. Like a shoot Royal Rumble
A shoot Royal Rumble
would be so much fun, wouldn't it?
Who would win? Lesnar.
With Lesnar
The
number
Big Show,
1,
I guess. It
You
can't
know-
be eliminated.
You know, Dan the
He's too big.
B7 said that he was in the Rumble '99. It did go through his head.
What
What
then
if
you
I
should
just stop selling?
He just starts throwing people out.
What can people do to me?
Yeah.
Like, I could win. It's like, here's Austin. And Dan 7 just eliminated him.
They can't pretend that never happened.
I mean, it would have been the funniest thing
Yeah.
that happened in wrestling, really.
Should he be in there? Yeah,
Yes.
it does. It does make it more interesting, doesn't
Have they
it?
specified if it's the men's or the women's Rumble?
Oh,
It will be the men's Rumble.
Battery Ember Moon.
I know. She broke her foot. That should be in the news.
Oh, yeah,
Sprained,
chasing the 24/7 title, right?
Yeah, it sounded like just a nasty accident. But
I
then
think
she,
Ember's brilliant.
Wait,
I think
so
she's
somebody
great.
got hurt doing the 24/7
she was
stuff?
chasing after our truth. This happened months ago. She just never told anyone.
Oh.
And she was doing an interview with Booker T. I think it was Booker. And he trained her, I think, so they're quite close.
Which means Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson are in better shape than Ember Moon because they won't hurt.
Yeah, a lot of people were like, how can you get hurt doing that? Forgetting that people get injured
Yeah.
in life. Just wrestling.
Yeah.
We get injured, just whatever.
I've been injured doing this podcast.
Right. So
Careers ended
I mean,
in an
you did
instant.
smash a can into your forehead.
Oh,
But,
God, I...
but she was
Best thing ever.
chasing our truth, and as like a joke, she was like, I'm going to catch you, you better run fast. And then she got through the curtain, and she needed to stop really suddenly because she actually nearly did catch them and hurt her foot somehow. Yeah. But then on the same podcast, she was talking about how at the last Rumble, she felt as though she didn't name any names, but certain people were unwilling to help get each other over. They were just like, we'll just go in and just chuck someone in.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't want to practice.
Yeah. They were
too tired.
It was
Well, they're not
immediately-
NXT UK
Nuts.
talent then.
What do you mean?
Well, they go through the entire show. And,
Oh,
yeah.
Is it more fun if the title's on the line?
No.
yes. Okay.
Oh, go on, you go first.
I just like the idea of Brock not being champion anymore.
Me too, but not via Rumble. I know they're going to keep him safe, but he's allowed to lose to some.
Yeah.
Oh, God, unless it's Goldberg
He would
again.
do a title change via Rumble, guys. We did that.
Thank you for explaining.
It's
Thank
cool.
you. We.
WCP.
I love that. Yeah. All of us at the same time said, let's see what's on our minds. Title change via Rumble. Yay! Anyway, yeah, I think he should not put the title on the line because that spoils it. Because then he's definitely not winning.
Okay.
Oh, it doesn't
That's
mean he's
a
definitely not winning. If
But
he's
also,
so
then
sure
the
that he
other
can
thing
beat
is-
everyone, why doesn't he put the title on the line? Hey, Brock? Hey? Hey?
Oh, God, you got Matthew Wright and Lesnar going after you.
Number 2, he's unemployed now. He's not going to the Bahamas. He's going to wherever the Rumble is.
What, Brock
What if
then
Matthew
Matthew Wright
Wright-
in at number 2?
Yeah, what if Matthew Wright beats Lesnar?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then he comes on the show and he's the champ.
Yes, he'll bring the belt here.
Yeah.
And he's
Jesus
going, I've
Christ.
changed the culture. Why don't you suck a...
Why don't you suck?
That's
Got a
good.
bit off track this,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
we wrapped it up. That's a good...
Not
that's,
like how we usually do in this
that's the
podcast.
way-
It's very efficient.
That's the way comedians end their set, isn't it? They bring it back to a joke they told like an hour ago.
Yeah.
We've done it.
To throw back.
But normally they don't say, I've just done that.
Yeah, if you say it's a throwback, it kind of ruins it. Thank you very much for watching the Cultaholic Wrestling
What
Podcast.
an episode that was, man. Bloody hell.
What a great podcast.
What a great podcast.
Thank you for listening to the dulcet tones of Adam Pacitti,
All right.
Jack on Jobber,
Away.
and Christ, and myself. Of course, if you'd like to follow us and give us money,
I was like, what?
you can go to patreon.com/cultaholic and see email all these fantastic questions to.
Mailbag at cultaholic.com.
And as always,
Do a
please-
bingo thing as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, play
bingo
bingo.
thing.
And as always, put your fist in the middle of the table. And I did 3. 1, 2, 3. Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Diddler. Thanks for watching. Let us know what you think in the comments below. You can follow Cultaholic on Twitter @Cultaholic. And you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Cultaholic. If you enjoy what we do, you can pledge to our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. Hit subscribe and don't forget, join us